That may or may not have been me. I get gassy whenever I start the live streams. Usually, I'm the only one who could hear what's going on this side of the camera, but sometimes those sound effects sneak through. Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo. Welcome to the halfway point of the week. Happy you could join. Different hiccups on my end, and I'm not just talking about the hiccups that may have caused gas. I mean specifically because I seem to be having certain kinds of connectivity issues that aren't related to wires in any way. So theoretically, I'm going to be okay. You probably will not notice a burp unless I burp. Although I don't think we have a sound effect for a burp. I think it's just the farts. Liz, glad to see you. Anonymous, thank you for playing the fart. You timed it to try to happen at the moment I switched over, but I happened to be a few seconds behind because I was troubleshooting some connectivity issues. So, thank you, by the way, for tuning in, everyone. And Liz, you as well. I know that you may have had a long day, Liz, and you may not be able to stick with, but I'm glad you're here now. As I tweeted earlier and posted in Discord, our sponsor, Thangs.com, and you can head over to Thangs.com, or, you tap the link here. Give me a second. If I type in Bang Thangs in chat, if you're on the desktop, you can click that link. Mobile, I discovered, doesn't highlight links for you to tap on within the Twitch client. Didn't realize that until today. Either way, they just rolled out AR model support for Android. Now, it's still in the process of being tested, but it is out. If you had an iOS device, you could use it for some time. No downloads required, just a web browser. And they're just beginning to roll this out specifically for people like me who use Android. Of course, I use both Android and iOS. I don't know what that makes me. Apart from a well-rounded individual. What did I do? What's the photo? Liz sending I sent a like accidentally. I don't even know what the photo is. What's the photo? What photo did I like? Oh yeah, I liked that photo. That's a good photo. That's a good photo to like. It's a photo of Liz watching me. You tweet that. Anybody tweets them watching me, however you watch, I'll retweet it. That's a promise. Either way, Thangs.com has now rolled out AR model support for both Android and iOS. Has been on iOS for some time. What's nice about that is, as I had posted on Twitter, I looked at a baby Groot model, and it loaded up. I was able to place it on the desk. Granted, it wasn't exactly to scale. I think if that model, as I pictured it on the Twitter account as well as on Discord, it would have been a little too large to work specifically on the Prusa Mini 3D printer that I have. Still, I think that this type of feature would only make the idea of owning a 3D printer to talk about a piece of technology, something new, something you may have never used before, and not have context for it. But the moment you could load a model and see it in your space, a model that maybe someone else has created, something that you can't easily get, something that pretty much has to be printed, to be able to see it in your space, adjust the color, size, etc., I think is pretty compelling. And this is a really good use case for AR. You know me. I'm not necessarily a fan of VR, but AR I've always been a huge fan of. I love that idea of being able to augment reality. And I know AR is probably going to be found, I guess, with a greater degree of frequency in the coming years. Or something like AR. So, to be able to load an AR model and see it in your environment, to know what it might look like, I think is pretty amazing. I've found that to be interesting in terms of like larger objects like chairs and sofas and whatnot, to get a better idea of like, oh yeah, that color would match the space and et cetera, et cetera. But, you know, even for models, sometimes it's difficult for me to gauge size, even though I've been, you know, slicing in Prusa Slicer for, you know, a couple of months now, a few months. The time has flown by. I can't believe it. Sometimes I still have a problem judging how big or small an item might be, despite knowing and seeing in software. To actually see it in the environment is now something that Thangs.com can handle, at least for the models that are hosted on Thangs.com. Of course, Thangs is a meta search tool which we've used to browse for different things on Thangs. I'm not using Thangs right now. I apart from using the AR feature, which again I did tease in social. See if I can get it working here. Like I said, they've just begun to roll out the support for it. So it may be touch and go until that you know, they work through all the kinks. But I'm right now it's currently loading the model. This is where sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but certainly worth a shot. It's a pretty cool feature. I mentioned last night that I wanted to print a pink Stormtrooper figure. Oh, here we go. So I've got the Groot loaded. That may be a little too bright for y'all, huh? Okay, so let's go ahead and dim it. There we go. So there's the Groot model, right? And I can spin it around. This is the Groot model that I took a picture of, right? So I can tap view it in my space. And this may be a little difficult. The top of its head now, I guess. But from there I can place it. This is obviously using Google's AR Core, as opposed to the AR feature. Hang on, let me see. I know I can spin it. Give me a second. I know I can rotate it. That moves it. And then do I have to wait to use two hands? Two fingers. There we go. No, I know I was able to rotate it earlier. This is the model works, is what I'm saying. And you can place it in your environment to see what it might look like. You can even change the color of that particular model. I'm moving it around, obviously, but like I said, I know earlier I was able to use two fingers, and I can zoom in and out, but I was able to rotate the model. For some reason, my hand is having problems. The software is working just fine, as I had mentioned earlier. The Groot, Baby Groot model works. I have not yet printed a Baby Groot. Can you believe that? Thank you for following Poterala. Poterala? I also have to thank Bean Dealer for following. I was listening to one of the Twitch streamers that I really enjoy tuning into, especially when I'm staging things for the broadcast, Human Juke 81, who I believe Krusty had recommended a while ago. Human Juke 81, one-man band. Let me go ahead and give a shout-out. He's doing a stream right now. Human Juke 81. There's a shout-out to him. That's how Bean Dealer started following. And then Art of Co, I think, came in also from that stream. And it's difficult to know. Sometimes people follow me throughout the day, but when I see them participating in the Twitch streams that I'm tuned into, I'm like, oh, this person came in through that place and this place and whatever place. So it's pretty cool. SpudN56 notes that he or she did a Baby Groot planter. Very nice. I do want to print, and I think I've got to look through my filament to get a better idea of which filament color I would want to use. I'm almost out of white and white-ish color, so I may be wanting to grab more of that, because there are certain items that, you know, as much as pink is a fun color to print a Stormtrooper with, you know, there's certain objects that, you know, more for practical purposes that we would be having around, I would rather have in a neutral color. You know, white, it tends to be, you know, the color that we use throughout the house in terms of objects, so white would make sense for us to 3D print these Star Wars planters, jars. I'm not exactly sure what word you would use to describe them, but I may be doing that here over the course of the next day or two, assuming I can find a relatively neutral color that I currently have in my array, likely a white or potentially an off-white, although white Yeah, I like white. I'd probably print a hell of a lot more in white if I had a hell of a lot more white filament. I don't. I know there's a lot of filament practical. You want it to look good, and you want it to look good in place. And for a lot of what we do in this house, it would probably be in that color, because I'd be thinking about printing off like some jars, or printing out some jars and having them printed in white. I think would work really well. Another thing that I thought about doing is potentially printing in brown, or another kind of neutral color, and then placing them in spots that I wasn't necessarily anticipating to use these objects in. But suffice it to say, I'm never going to run out of things to print. That's for sure. Purple Groot, you could do it if you want. So I am printing this. I already printed one. It's this, but in a different color. See that? See how that works? I've basically been printing it. This Stormtrooper. I told you, I think if I didn't start it last night, I wanted to do like the Traffic Trooper. Before the broadcast ended, the Traffic Trooper is finished. The Traffic Cone Trooper. I love it. The figure model is just fantastic. I haven't glued the head on outright, the helmet on, but this one is probably going to go to Jedi, this pink trooper. It does articulate at the shoulders and the wrists and the legs. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of articulation, because the head also swivels, which is really nice. The only thing that I didn't like about this particular pink trooper, at least for me, was the layer lines on the helmet. For some reason, it was really jarring at a certain point. I'm like, what the hell happened there? But as far as Jedi is concerned, I think she's going to enjoy it. What I'm going to do is effectively just glue the helmet on, just like that, a full-on pink trooper. Give that to her, see what she thinks, because you just do not see that many pink troopers out there. Hollywood N3D going down the rabbit hole of Black Series. 11 more Black Series figs delivered today, dude. Trust me, Forever is going to dominate your destiny. Putrala says, thanks, 3D is a nice site. Started 3D printing about a year ago. Printing PPE as a part of a group in Ann Arbor. Well, I appreciate that. The fact that you were able to donate potentially filament and time and energy towards that, I think is a noble cause. I only got into 3D printing a few months ago. And while I've done some practical prints, they've much to Krusty's happiness. I know if Krusty's here. I know he was pretty busy at work today. But most of what I've been printing has been fun and Star Wars. Though there are practical Star Wars prints, and that may be the next array of stuff that I'm going to be doing as soon as I get that. As soon as I get the files loaded up and confirm that they're going to work fine for me. So, speaking of Star Wars, because I'm always hence the title of the video. I got some new Star Wars stuff today. Walked into a drugstore, if they still call them that, and normally I'm like, they don't have anything. Normally there's nothing new, and I check every week just to see, because sometimes they get new Hot Wheels. And look at this. I got my second Wrecker. So I pretty much got everything I need except for 2 Cara Dunes. Those are the 2 that I'm looking for. Well, two. One to keep in the box and one to open. So this Wrecker, I'm going to open. I can't believe it was there. I can't believe it was there. I can't believe. 007 Indiana Jones, the Star Wars Toy Channel. It is. Hi, my name's Chris Perillo. If I'm not talking about Star Wars or printing Star Wars, I'm opening Star Wars toys or talking about Star Wars toys. I'm using technology to do this. Yeet! 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 Wrecker. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That is a Bad Batch. It's a very Wrecker-esque car. Very, very large. Meandering, much like Wrecker. First toy of the night? Is this the first toy of the night? Does this count as the first toy? This is it, right? Man, that was getting hard, dude. I gotta admit. Thank you for the pity bits, Liz. I'm gonna put the wrecker car back there. I'm not gonna pick it up again for the rest of the evening. That was heavy. That was heavy, Doc. That was heavy. I also just linked to the chat. I linked in chat the tweet that I was talking about, highlighting the Baby Groot that I was just showing you, the AR model from Thangs.com. So, I got my first, thank you for the stretch, no more 3, really love it. I got my first, well, no, I guess this is the complete Shop Disney haul. Jedi is using at least one of those items. I don't know if she's going to bring it home with her. She's out of the park. The pod. It's like a cloth pod that you can stick Grogu. It comes with a Grogu, but like we removed the Grogu stuffy, and she's using her Grogu in a pod, so she finally has a pod. Got that on May the 4th, and then she also is wearing a swim shirt of sorts that wicks away moisture and is supposed to be like a wet shirt. Is that what they call them? So she's wearing that and maybe some Baby Yoda flip-flops. I'm not sure if she's going to be showcasing those, but either way, they came in today. I also got some other items in the box. I'm going to take off my hoodie now, so I'm starting to heat up. Don't want to start breaking a sweat. Hello, Sesomb. Sesomb? Do I need to mute this now? Give me a second. Boop. 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 Okay. Alright. In this haul, CNEP76 just redeemed at the chat. Give me a second. There's that. Okay, the chat has now successfully been hatted. Hatted. Let's do this. Let's get that going. Oops. You just received your May the 4th Shop Disney items today. They must have sent them out at the same time. I got a second one of these. Clip. So you can put it on a pen or a pencil or whatever. Clips on. In order to get free shipping on some of the stuff, I had to order extra things. So this was really weird to me, but effectively there is a series of pins that are twofers, and they were on sale on Disney. So these are females in the Force. We've got Rey, notes independent, Padme Amidala, Queen Amidala, leader, and then Leia, Princess Leia, trailblazer. I'm not sure how many were in this series, but it was basically like a buy one, get one free, and they were on sale to begin with. So, this was, to get these 6 Disney pins, they were cheap. So, if you look at the card, one card, it's perforated down the middle, which is really interesting to me. And I'm not exactly sure why they did that. I don't know if it's you buy one, it's a Her Universe thing, you are the chosen one, to receive this pin, always remember the Force is strong with you. Limited release. I wonder if it's one of those things where you break it in half and you can give one to a friend and you hold on to one for yourself, which is an interesting marketing idea. A fantastic little marketing idea. Thank you, Liz, for shouting out Panfred Nudo. Still over there, brick building, doing all the Lego sets that I haven't gotten to yet. Though he's yet to do the Vader helmet. I know he's looking forward to that. With that being his favorite character. I learned last night, tuning into his stream, that Panfred Nudo has a Vader tattoo. Allegedly. Because he didn't actually show it. I think it's on his butt. I think Panfred Nudo has the Vader tattoo on his butt. He says it's on his arm. I think it's his butt. I don't... Oh, you did? Oh, I was out by the time you showed it then. Because you didn't show it. Or maybe I didn't see it. Fine, I guess it's on his arm. Another item, limited release. The keys are apparently a new collectible thing, and I pretty much have all of the Star Wars keys that have been released over the past year or so, minus one. That was a part of an exclusive set that included different fandoms apart from Star Wars, which was kind of disappointing. Keys don't do anything, they're just collectible. So there's the Grogu key that comes with the Mandalorian key. This is a set. They come together. The May the 4th special edition key this year was this one, Darth Vader's lightsaber. Really nice. So I'm gonna hold on to that one. That one's gonna be here in the play shop. Last year's was this one. So this is I want to say this, yeah, special edition. I want to say this was last year's May the 4th, or at least it was released over the past year. This one. So I already had one of her special key that she's had. Then I'm worried because there's a new collection of these keys, and I only got 4 blind boxes, only 4. So it's like, oh, dude, I don't know what that mystery key is, and I hope it's not a Vader key, or if it is, I hope I get the Vader key. But there's R2-D2, Yoda, BB-8, C-3PO, Chewbacca, and then mystery. So I don't know what's gonna happen here, and so we're going to open them. We're gonna open the keys, these mystery keys to the kingdom, to see which ones we get. I hesitate to show Jedi because, oh, we need this one. Oh, we need that one. As soon as she sees a checklist, man, she goes nuts like her daddy. Oh, it's a checklist. Oh, we need this. Oh, we need that. Oh, boy. You can't even feel for it. Because they all seemingly feel the same. They look the same. They feel the same. It's the keys to my heart. It is. Star Wars is. I don't know why the audio keeps cutting out on your device. It's not seemingly a prolific issue in the sense that no one else is really saying anything. Got a BB-8 key. BB-8 key will go over there because I've got a BB-8 shelf. Oh, man. Please don't be my biggest fear is that mystery key is going to be a Darth Vader key. I mean, we've got the Darth Vader lightsaber, but if that mystery key is a Darth Vader key, and it's the chase, it's going to be so expensive. Oh my god, it's going to be so expensive. Too expensive. But I figured 4, 4's not... Okay, I got a C-3PO here. You can tell, because it's gold, the C-3PO key. These Disney keys, I'm telling you, put Star Wars on it, and I'm like, ooh, look at that. It's got Star Wars on it. I love that. I could probably 3D print one of these things, actually. I'm surprised no one's come up with that model. Maybe someone has. I just haven't seen it yet. But we're going to see which 4 we got. I should have grabbed 6, because then, if anything, I could have had 1 dupe, Hopefully I'm not going to dupe, because I don't know. Oh, man, I duped. That was a danger. That was a big danger. I duped, and I've got a BB-8 key, which means Jedi gets 1. Oh, man. Does anybody know what the other key is? Does anybody know? I'm opening the other blind box bag thing. Throw that down on the ground. Do, 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 do. Chewbacca. A Chewbacca key. So I don't know what that mystery key is. I almost don't want to know. These things, I don't know, they see, okay, they're kind of rubbery. There's some give to them. They're not as hard as I thought they were going to be. Or at least, as delicate as I'm glad they're not. But either way, these keys are now available. The key to the kingdom. I'm going to throw this BB-8 key in there. So I've got 3 of the 6. I don't know if I'm going for the full collection, though, because that's nuts. These other ones are going to stay in the box. Happy that this is a Darth Vader lightsaber. Jedi's going to be getting this one, and this one's going to go into the stack, as it were, a separate stack. Maybe if they go on sale or I need to grab them to get free shipping on something else, I would go that direction. See, as soon as Jedi comes in here, she's going to be like touching everything. Like, don't touch that. No. Audio cuts out for 3 seconds. Interesting. I believe you. The keys don't open anything though. They're just collectible keys. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I have definitely not changed anything on my end. So, as long as... I have not changed anything on my end at all, and I just checked volume, and the meters are fine. They're not cutting out. Here's my question. Like, I can't listen to that clip right now, but okay, the fact that you clipped it live has me concerning. You didn't hear anything cutting out, says Senia. No problems on 007's end. So that's what concerns me, is like, why are some people getting this problem and others are not? And I do not have an answer to that. The last series I got only started after I got my new mic. That's really strange because nobody else has had that issue. So it's usually either everybody has it or it's not me. If everybody had the problem, then it would definitely be me. But the fact that not everybody has that problem indicates that it may not be on my end or something that I can troubleshoot. Oh, the mystery one is an Ewok Wicket Key. Thank you, Pain Fred Nudo. I'm not sure. I've got 3 of the 6. I guess my question is would I regret not getting them now? That's kind of the balancing act, right? Of like, do I get them now and hope for the best? I don't know. My fear, though, is, you know, as eBay is concerned, like, oh, the special keys are $84. I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $84. Give me a break. The other set or series that showed up, and I'm glad that I am current on this, given that I do drink Starbucks coffee. The new Starbucks Been There series Star Wars mugs. So this is the new series, the second series. I'm glad that I had the first series, and I'm glad they came back in stock, because originally I passed on them. Originally I was like, no. I was like, but dude, the only one that we might have wanted a duplicate of is the pink one. Jedi was kind of compelled by, but we didn't. It was too pricey by the time I had a chance to get it again. But there are now 6 of these. This is Endor. The first 3 I showcased during the Vlogmas vlogs. These are going to be going downstairs. They are, to my knowledge, Disney Store exclusives. Let's go ahead and put that there. That's the first one of the 3. You got the Batuu one. No. I couldn't just get the Batuu one. I couldn't just be, you know, someone who had just one Starbucks mug. I had to have all of them. So, of course, I also got Batuu. This is Batuu. This is a wonderful series. I guarantee these things are just going to be so sought after for a number of years. I love the crossovers, right? Disney / Star Wars Starbucks. Like, it makes so much sense. Makes so much sense. So we've got them showcased, not to be used. If anything, I think it's Bespin. Was Bespin the pink one in the first wave? Jedi wanted that one, and I didn't jump on it quickly enough. So now, like, to get a separate one, it would be like way too much money. Way too much. The third one in the second wave of who knows how many waves is Tatooine. So, yeah, we got Tatooine, Batuu, and Endor in the second wave. You know how many planets there are? Are they dishwasher safe? Let's find out. Starbucks Been There series, Star Wars collection. This is, it should be. I mean, they're ceramic. Manufactured for Starbucks company, safe and dishwasher safe. So yes is the answer. Yes is the answer to that. I assume they're just straight up ceramic. Like they should be durable, but like, come on, dude. Like, do you really want to risk like breaking that mug? I'm not willing. I'm so not willing. We've got a lot of mugs. We got a ton of mugs around here, but that's just not one I'm willing to try. Okay, so now your audio just cut out for like 4 seconds. Dude, I'm telling you, it's not me. Otherwise, everybody would be saying the same thing. I don't know what it is. I can't troubleshoot it. Otherwise, that would like take up all my time, and then I would never talk about anything else. Apart from saying not everybody's having that problem, so it cannot be on my end. That would be like impossible. That would be the first time in recorded history It is probably Twitch. That would not surprise me. I'm tempting you with the Endor one. Dude, Panfred Nudo. Look, like, hang on. Wait. Let's go over to eBay. Let's take a look. Endor. Wait, no, not the Endor mug with Bespin. Bespin mug. Starbucks. Or just do Bespin Starbucks. $57. That's how much that's going for now. It's like, I mean, now. I mean, that could change. But over time, these things are going to more than likely accrue in value. Like, you know, you can get, for 2020, you can get the 9 bids, brand new, the 3 mugs for $130. Like, that's like $50 a piece almost, and probably will be by the time it ends. I think $300 is a bit outrageous. I mean, there's some people that are trying to like sell for that much, but yeah, that is incredible. Like, that is seriously, like, what? For real? Like, they're just so pricey. Oh my god. Like, so incredibly pricey. I cannot... I can't fathom paying that much. But, if you can get them cheap now, my recommendation would be, if you like them, I would get them now. Oh, you may be going to Disneyland towards the end of the month, so if it's there, you may get it. Well, fair enough. That's another way of doing it. But if you're, you know, stupid like me and don't live anywhere near a Disney park, you have to rely on the internets. Especially when people go to any one place or another. Then you rely on them to, hey, could you, I'm looking for these things. Could you grab one for me? That'd be great. Or you have to order them online. Also got an extra incinerator trooper. Very happy to have one of those. Supremely happy. Oh, Panfred Nudo is here. Okay, Panfred Nudo, I did promise that when you showed up, I would open that Mando Galaxy of Adventures figure. So, here's the Galaxy of Adventures figure I'm going to open. But first things first, Diana and Jedi are at the park, I believe. So, I'm gonna leave this here to entertain everyone. I'm gonna hit the restroom. Y'all keep yourself entertained, yeah? If I do a raffle to start things off, it's gonna take me a little longer than 60 seconds to go. I gotta hit the restroom real quick, and then I will open the Mandalorian there. Theoretically. You gotta go. Okay. Oh, man. Time to open Mandalorian you know, that's exactly what I was just saying. We call this Mr. Coffee. Would you? Oh wait, hang on. I can do a Vader time. We call this Mr. Coffee. Would you like some? Yes. I always have my coffee. I always have my coffee when I watch Radar. You know that. Everybody knows that. Now that I have my coffee, I'm ready to watch Radar. Funny. Good use of Vader time. Very good use of Vader time. Back to The Mandalorian. I don't know if these are going to be general release. I have not seen any new Galaxy of Adventure figures in stores. Any. Like, at all. Like, not since The Rise of Skywalker. Like, they still have those on the shelves. None of the new wave. None of them. Which is just shocking to me. But it's like, you know, furthering the death of retail, right? Either way, Panfred Nudo was kind of talking about this in his stream last night. Thank you,
GC Laredo 207 just resubscribed for 2 months. Woot.
Thank you for subscribing or resubscribing. Really appreciate all your support, GC Laredo, and you as a fellow fan in the Garbage Pail Kids fandom. It's nice to feel like I'm not alone, honestly, in that fandom. Kind of gets that way around here. I'm the only one that seems to like this stuff. So we have a GOA Galaxy of Adventures. Although I'm not sure if they did a little cartoon style of the Mandalorian. Boy, that works better than Galaxy of Adventures. Seems to work better than Black Series. I mean, different scale, different audience or intended audience. I mean, there's some kind of toyetic nature in the sense that these are super articulated. A little beefier than the Vintage Collection, but not as beefy as the Black Series collection. So somewhere in between 3.75 inches and 6. It stands about 5 inches tall or so. That's the scale. And we've got like a rubbery kind of cloak here, not soft goods. That's not a surprise with this particular series. We have a holster that can accommodate the pistol that Mando comes with, or we can put the pistol in its hand. Now, there has been already in the Mandalorian, or the not Mandalorian series, but the Galaxy of Adventure series, there has been a Boba Fett release. This is the second Mandalorian, but really the first The Mandalorian. That is Din Djarin. Also, did they do... Am I right? Yeah, they didn't do Galaxy of Adventures. They only did Toy Box. Toy Box has a Grogu and a Din Djarin. But to my knowledge, not Galaxy of Adventures until now. So this is a part of the new series. You can get a Din Djarin and an Imperial Stormtrooper 2-pack right now, at least online, which is potentially worth it if you are, like me, an action figure fan and a Star Wars fan outright. This is good, and you can see the action in the arms, right? I was doing the kind of the spring-loaded action arm thing, which was a feature that never really was all that compelling to me. I mean, it's kind of neat, don't get me wrong, but not exactly something that would drive me to order a figure or to use a figure. Hey, Caffeinated Linux, good to see you. The rifle does attach, I think, better to Din Djarin than the Black Series edition or even the Vintage Collection edition. Like, the Galaxy of Adventures just seems to be the right scale for these figures. And that's why, if given a choice, and I know this would be a very unpopular thing to say, but if given a choice between Black Series or Galaxy of Adventures, I would choose Galaxy of Adventures. Darn near every time. It's so nice. It's got an animated style because these are inspired by the Galaxy of Adventures cartoons that you can, I think, watch on Star Wars Kids, the YouTube channel that Star Wars or Disney or Lucasfilm has. But they are styled not unlike the Toy Box figures, but a little slimmer than the Toy Box figures available from Disney. These are Hasbro. My complaint is again is that they're not as readily available in retail. I haven't seen one of the new series, and we've had for a while, Yoda and Boba Fett, Ahsoka, the Ahsoka Trooper, like Maul, never saw any of them. Actually, is Yoda out yet? Yoda may be a part of the new wave. Either way, it's getting more and more difficult to find a lot of new toys because of that, because of distribution issues. And so it's disappointing. All the more reason to print my own. So I did, as I mentioned, with this orange, the Blaze Orange, a Stormtrooper, because it would be fun. But I'm also probably going to be printing a Mandalorian. I don't know what color filament I'm going to use yet. It may kind of get rotated in as I start printing some other things in different filament colors. But I just thought, let's do a pink trooper. I think Jedi might get a kick out of that. Cine Up 76 notes he likes the colors of the figure. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice balance. I mean, I always liked the color scheme of the Mandalorian series. Certainly on Din Djarin, this clad in Beskar steel Mandalorian, as opposed to, let's say, the vintage collection. I'm sorry, not just the vintage collection, but also the 5 POA retro. If give me a second. Like, this is the Mando from Series 1. You can see he doesn't have Beskar armor versus the Beskar armor Galaxy of Adventure Din Djarin. There's a definite difference in color schemes. I mean, they're both nice. But between the two, oh, man, I don't know which one I prefer. I mean, between the two, I prefer the retro figure for the style. I'm not sure if I have a preference between a Beskar Mando and a non-Beskar Mando. I don't really have a preference one way or another. So there's the figures of the day, really largely figure of the day, being Din Djarin. Got a vehicle of the day too. Apparently, got a vehicle out of that, and a mug of the day, and a pin of the day. Between these 3, or 6, I should say. I think I like the Leia one best. I like the art there, Trailblazer too. See, what's great about this here is that I can originally they retailed $19.99 for 2, which is a pretty good price for a Disney pin, but like they were on sale for like $12 or something like that, so it was basically like $6 for a Star Wars Disney pin. That's nice. That's really nice. And as Jedi gets older, then we can snap one off. I really am not giving her a lot of pins. I don't need her to hurt herself or for these pins to get lost. It's the last thing I want to be dealing with. Like, dude, what are you doing taking it outside the house? Starting to observe the audio cutting out for a second or two now as well. Maybe a Twitch thing. I can guarantee it's not... I pretty much guarantee it's not on my end. It could I mean, like, productions... There's no snags on my end. I'm not seeing any greater than average delays. Like, everything's fine. Like, bitrate bandwidth, my connection to Twitch is fine. It most likely is something that's burping on Twitch's end. So I think it's Twitch being twitchy, as Caffeinated Linux notes. So, if you run into that issue, I apologize. But why am I apologizing for Twitch? Because I don't speak for Twitch. Look at me. Yeah, as soon as Jedi sees these, oh, can I have one? Can I have one? Can I have one? Yeah, when you're older. When you're old enough. This is one, the clip. This is one that I planned on taking out of the package to clip onto a pin that I have. Because I have one to keep in package, and then one to open, one to play with. Because I needed to get some extra... add some extra things to the cart in order to get the free shipping. Plus, I saved money. So, May the 4th. It only comes around, once a year. So, I went not quite all out. That's just from Disney. That was pretty much the May the 4th Disney haul right there. Which turned out to be more than I thought, but it's when Jedi and I went to the Disney store and she saw the swimwear there, she saw the Grogu shirt, and she's been wearing those shirts lately, the swim shirts, wet shirts, I don't know what they call them. But she's been wearing them lately, which gave me the belief that if we got this other one, she would also wear it. And so she's kind of outgrowing the other ones. She's getting to that age, so she needed one to kind of replace it with. So I'm very, very glad that they had this one available, because the other ones are getting a little small, or she's getting a little big. Rash Guard? Wait, what? 007 Indiana Jones asks, do I have a big toy room in that house full of Star Wars awesomeness? Pretty much the whole house. Dude, how old am I? 47 years old? What am I? I've been working for how long? 22 years? 22 years? 23? How long? I've been working a long ass time. And so I've earned it. Yeah, this is a Star Wars house. It's a theme, and Diana's even noted that too. She's like, it's kind of interesting. Like, it's kind of a theme that goes throughout the house. You don't think about it, but everything fits. And I was like, yeah, I know, it's great. So it's a Star Wars house, and damn near everyone who visits loves it. Oh man, everyone has a Star Wars story. Everyone has a Star Wars story. Everyone. Oh, that's what swim shirts are called. Rash guards. Thank you, Pezliz. Okay, I didn't know that. I may have to remember that. Swim shirts is what I'm inclined to call them, because they come with swimwear. And it's just the shirts. It's not like they may have had swim trunks, but got the shirts. I think what she likes is the feel, and I don't blame her, because I have like one of those shirts myself. I don't think it's a rash guard, but it feels nice. It's a nice material. So she said that she wanted it. I'm like, okay. And then she was wearing her other ones. I'm like, well, that means that she really does want it. She's not just saying it. You gotta be careful to a child. They'll look at something that they don't have and say, I want that. Don't believe them. Because it's not that they're lying, it's just that they see something that they don't have and they say they want that. They may or may not want that. Like, there have been times that she'll see something, because it's Star Wars, she knows I'm probably not going to say no. But the problem with that is very often I will say no. I'm like, no, you already have a Grogu, honey. You already have a Baby Yoda. You already have that. You already have one of those. You already have two of those. And there are many times I say, yeah, no, can't justify that. So, am I printing anything, asks Big Fan. Nope, not tonight. Not printing anything tonight. Not at all. Not even close to printing anything. Apparently. Because here's why. Here's why I'm not printing anything. Even though you might have been able to hear it in the background. Earlier tonight, that I was having connectivity issues. I know, Big Fan, you weren't here, but I told you I was having certain blippy issues. Now, that could be somewhat related, although when I see on Twitch, like, the bitrate is just fine, the connection is just fine, it's solid, it's not, it ain't on my end. It's just not. Like, not even close to being on my end. Like, an error, I'll send it to Liz for proof. Like, it's ain't me, man. Ain't me. So I am printing something tonight, and theoretically, this thing is going to be just fine. Although, like I said, if the network just is kind of burpy anyway. Yeah, 007, I want that. That's what she does. That's what all kids do. It's what they do. It's what they're supposed to do. You see something you don't have? I want that. Well, she doesn't even know. She hasn't seen... Because I finished one of these troopers today and put it together. I mean, I knew what it was going to look like. And I knew what it was going to kind of feel like. But I just kind of wanted to get a better idea because I wanted to do two. One for me and one for her. And so... Because, come on. Can't just have one pink trooper. She doesn't have a stormtrooper. She has stormtrooper figures. But nothing like this. Right? Nothing pink. Kind of looks like a trooper made out of bubble gum. Oh yeah, true. It's a bubblegum trooper. I love this guy's designs, and they work really well. Like, these are about the only figures that I've printed, and I haven't even printed out all of the ones that he makes, or all the designs that he has. But by and large, minus the Darth Vader one I put together was a really difficult one, as was the Scout Trooper. I ran into issues with both of them. Still, I know exactly where it is. The Darth Vader turned out really nice. This was one that I attempted not long after the Scout Trooper had basically failed. So this one turned out pretty well. Not great, necessarily. Like, this one's way more loose than this one. This one doesn't have as much give. But in terms of a figure that just sits there and is awesome, for the most part, it is fine. And I may attempt another Vader at some point. Another one of the figures with a different filament color. But since I have the one black Vader glitter, I'm fine. And now that I've got this Trooper, I'm fine. Less to mess with. She's going to love the pink Trooper, I feel she's going to love the pink Trooper. Hey, the Brickland! Good to see you. It's a good place to be from, Brickland. Bubblegum Trooper and Licorice Vader. They are a pair. Shibby says, been watching Shadow and Bone recently. Pretty good. Yes! I binged it. Finished it. It was good. It wasn't, like, great. It was fine. It was enjoyable. It was followable. Jupiter's Legacy, I think is what it's called, on Netflix now. That's my current series, if I'm watching a series. And I was told by someone who really likes this kind of genre that it is worth watching, Jupiter's Legacy. So that's the one I'm binging now. I've binged so many shows, season 1s and 2s, that like I feel like I'm swinging from show to show to show. That when there's a new series, not series, but a new season released, like, I will be able to time it such that there will always be something new for me to watch that I enjoy. Ray Fine Arts notes, it might be an Imperial probe droid. You better start the evacuation now. I know. Let me tell you. You never know, man. You never know. Just like these bubblegum troopers. They're dangerous. What the Oh, hang on. Dude, what is going on? Hang on, like, I lost... Wireless is... Okay, I'm gonna have to go wired now, because, like, dude... What is happening with wireless? Okay, turning off... Come on, cancel... Oh, crap. Okay, so I may have potentially missed something that you wrote, because I literally, everything just died on me. Like, wireless is just wonky right now. I don't know if it's the summer or what, but my God. You're on episode 8. Wow. I'm not sure how many episodes are in Shadow and Bone. We live in such a good time. 007 Indiana Jones, I don't disagree. I do not disagree with that. My only concern with going wired is that sometimes I have an issue where everything just dies. Technology. Can't live with it. Can't live without it. Oh yeah, it looks fine. Yeah, no doubt it looks fine. I'm having other snags on my end. Normal, routine things that should be working but aren't, and vice versa. Things that shouldn't be working are. Is there a solar flare? Is that what's going on with that? Is Mercury in retrograde? Thank you, Uber Superfly, for the posture check, and thank you, Sir Levin, for following. Am I printing Mos Eisley? No, I am not. I am printing a Bubblegum Trooper. The Bubblegum Stormtrooper. It's just a Stormtrooper in pink filament. This is the one that I am printing at this very moment. It is articulated. You can even take the helmet off. You could print a different color for that head to have black in the background, but I'm just going full on pink. The arms articulate, the wrists articulate, and the hip. Well, I guess the legs articulate. So it's an articulated figure. I'm doing 2 of them. This one is for my daughter, who does not have a pink trooper, and the one that I'm printing now, I believe, is going to be for me. So, because you know, I can't just have one. Can't stop there. This will match the traffic trooper here that I printed last night. The Blaze Orange. My favorite kind of orange, gotta tell you. At some point, I probably could, if there was a model available of Mos Eisley, I could probably print it. I could. You totally misjudged the scale of what's being printed. You totally did, because you probably thought it was bigger. No. What's printing now is not that big. It probably takes up a circumference or about like that. It's really not that big. Like, I mean, I could zoom in and like, whoa, look at that. Like, massive, huge Stormtrooper. So, yeah, Cine up 76. There are no supports for this particular print, apart from the supports that come built in, which are kind of disappointing. I don't like, you know, when the artists build in supports. They probably do it for a reason, so you only print them these pieces one way. I opt to use a brim for these figures, because I feel that not doing it could, you know, without proper adhesion, you know, make the pieces scoot all over, and then I would lose the print, and I don't want to do that. But there are no supports, by and large, needed in this particular print. After this one, I plan on trying a K2SO. So I'm not sure which color I'm going to use for a K2SO. I know, oh, do gray. So I may end up putting in a gray and trying a gray K2SO, because there's at least 1 or 2 other things that I wanted to do in gray as well. How about printing a purple Castle Grayskull? It's possible. I'd be more inclined to do a purple Snake Mountain. I've already done a green Castle Grayskull, and that turned out really well. That shape, it's been a while. It's been a few weeks since I did that, but that's fun. That was fun. I haven't even done a dice tower yet. I'm not even close. Like, there's so many things that I guess I need to have as a rite of passage in 3D printing. Like, you need to print your own helmet. I haven't done a helmet. Every time I tune into someone's 3D printing stream, it's like a helmet. Like, what's up with that? There are various parts of Mos Eisley out there, but nothing in the whole city or the cantina, unfortunately. Oh, man. You know, I'm inclined to, if I did anything like walls, like a cantina wall or the barrier or boundary, most of what I enjoy printing, though, is at a smaller scale, which I realize is kind of odd when we're talking about FDM or this type of printing as opposed to resin. Eventually, I'm sure we'll get to resin. I'm just not there yet. I'd like to learn a lot more about 3D printing before I go that direction, if only because I know it could be a hell of a lot more messy. A Star Wars Dice Tower would be great. There is a model for a Darth Vader Dice Tower. We just don't play a lot of table games to necessitate a Dice Tower right now. Maybe if we were doing that more often, or, you know, eventually, we'd go that direction of doing a Darth Vader Dice Tower. I'm not sure it would be black, though. I don't know what color I would necessarily use for it. Hang on. I think Jedi took my pink Stormtrooper helmet. I had a pink Stormtrooper. Hang on. I swear I had a pink Stormtrooper. I swear I had a pink Stormtrooper helmet. Like a full-on, like a helmet. Do you know if Jedi has a pink Stormtrooper helmet? Like a little one? Because I swear I had one printed out right there. You may have to ask her. Yeah, if she has a little pink Stormtrooper helmet. Yeah, like, see that orange one that's popping out there, yeah, it's that, but pink. And I swear I printed one out and put it on that corner. I swear I did. Maybe I didn't, but like, I don't know. Maybe I didn't, but no, it wouldn't be anywhere else. I wouldn't have moved it. Well, I just did this for her, so I gotta glue the head on here. But like, yeah, it articulates, a little pink trooper. But yeah, I just did this one for her, and that's when I noticed like the what? Yeah, that's when I noticed. I'm like, I swear I did a pink stormtrooper over there. I mean, I can print another one. That's not a big deal. It's the question of whether or not she walked off with it, because it was specifically right there in that empty spot. Like, more than confident, but like not accusatory. Like I did it, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Did you all do the park?
Yeah. There were no kids,
Yeah. Just ask her. Again, I'm fairly confident I did one. Fairly confident. I mean, I can print a new one. It doesn't take more than an hour, but I'm just making sure I'm not going nuts. No. I don't print everything on the stream, but... Alright, CNEP76. Thank you for hanging. Appreciate it. And yes, thank you very much to Big Fan. No, you're not gonna see it, dude. I know if you're looking for it. Oh. Nothing. Regular same old, same old. You were at the park. Wait. Thank you, Liz. I got the Darth Maul chopsticks. Woo! Yeah, Big Fan. That's interesting. Hey, RC Maniac. Good to see you. Look at that. Wow. RC Maniac made out like a bandit. There are a lot of Star Wars miniatures out there, which are cool to print. But honestly, I like doing things like this. I like printing off like little figurines. This is fun. Can't get it anywhere else. Love it. Happening just happened again. Great. Thank you for being a bug that I seemingly cannot avoid. How hard is it to design your own 3D printing? Well, artists do that. I mean, people who are skilled in CAD and whatnot. So, 007 Indiana Jones, if I did anything, I've done basic stuff, like modifying slightly, but nothing like this. Not even close. You had a fun one today, RC Maniac? No, it makes one of us. Sir Levin says, if I had to pick a 3D printer model, I'd probably go with Hans Blaster. Ah, yeah, fair enough. We did a scaled down version of the Imperial weapon. We did that in white. The vintage Star Wars Imperial Stormtrooper from Kenner blaster. That was fun. A lot of people do Han Solo's blaster. But I'm not into props or weaponry or accessories like that. You just filled up for 257? Oh man, you're lucky apparently. Guess gas is in short supply. It's not hard to 3D model, use something like Tinkercad, and it's easy. Well, it is for basic stuff. So, I could probably do something that included a logo, but oh, man. I can't keep doing this. I cannot keep doing this. Come on. There we go. Sorry, I keep having hiccups on my end. And, like, the entire chat is wiped out. That's just great. NC is one with the most gas issues, has most images of people hoarding gas. Well, let me just say, the Consumer Protection Agency put gas in plastic bags, and as much as I'm like, yeah, don't do that, like, this is like, or you'd think would be basic. Don't do that. I feel like I'd be explaining the obvious. Like, don't try to breathe underwater. I'm an idiot when it comes. It's not a good idea, dude. Yeah, so if you're inclined to put gas in plastic bags, don't. Sound is cutting out a lot now. You know, the only thing I could think of doing is effectively rebooting. Let me do this. Just to further troubleshoot. I'm gonna keep listening to the music to see if it cuts out. Because if it cuts out, then that tells me that I may have a problem on my end. But if it doesn't cut out, it's not. It's something with the network, which wouldn't surprise me. I'm having those issues tonight. That was really loud. Thank you, Rad Nikki. I think you just, like, sliced a hole in my head. Ow. Yeah, the sound is definitely working. Wow, that was loud. Wow. You were watching Sharp Balloons that got rated with 7,000 people? Wow. That's incredible. Billabong says, I'm positive it's not on my end. Okay. Is Twitch because the 3D printer video lags sometimes? Well, but if the 3D printer lags and my picture-in-picture doesn't, it could very well still be my end. No sound issues there? Great. The Raider was awesome who pranks calls scammers. Nice. Well, let me just say, I'm completely uninterested in spending my entire night doing tech support. So, all I can say is, network, what are you going to do? on my tablet, but PC had audio issues with a couple of streamers today. Interesting. Yeah, even I've been having issues. When you've bumped the desk a few times, the audio drops out for a moment. Interesting. That'd be a new bug. Who needs to hear me? Anyway, that was a loud fart when I'm wearing the headphones. Thank you, Anonymous. All I'm saying is that there's nothing, literally nothing I can do. So, like, if there was something I could do, I've already troubleshot it past that point. Yeah, those sound effects are loud. I've yet to hear the music skip. Glad you find it funny, Flower Buns. Everything at Twitch. Just crap my pants. Everything at Twitch is operational, says their status page. Okay, great, big fan. I don't know what you want me to do with that. Liz playing loud sounds in my ear. Whew. Seriously loud. Interesting. So my settings, the quality, like even at 360p, is being problematic. Interesting. Ow. Hey, the real Trey Hitman. I feel like I'm stuck in a video game. Dude. What is up? I don't know. I think a few things need to be rebooted. But I cannot do that in the middle of the stream. That does not work out. Looks like it's Fortnite time. Oh man. I've yet to do the Fortnite thing. I don't know. I like the figures. Those are cool. I don't know. I'd say I'm too old for Fortnite, but I'm pretty sure there are players who are older than me. That's what I get for not being a gamer. You thought you couldn't do Fortnite 2? Kind of your age? Oh. Thank you, Joe Tashi. You wish the Twitch desktop app had an EQ of sorts to listen to music streams often. Thank you, Rad Nikki, for cheering those 100 bits. Very appreciated. You got gifted a sub? You must have. Shisha. We had David Randolph from Printed Solid come in and do just that yesterday. So you may have been swept up in that. Oh, thank you for redeeming the stretches. 75-year-old Fortnite player? Wow. Wow. RC Maniac says, I was in the middle of a conference call yesterday when my USB drivers died. Wow. Mouse keyboard still worked, but me, in my wisdom, disconnected them and then needed a remote in from another computer to save stuff. Oh, wow. I do not know what's going on. I swear to God, sometimes it's like everything is out to get me. Games are not limited by age. No, they're not. The way I look at it is, you're having fun. Doesn't matter what anybody says then. As long as you're being responsible. I think that's where I draw the line. Responsibility. Like, if you had nothing else to do, you could probably get good at doing a lot of things. Everything out to get Chris? You haven't seen Loyal yet? No, not tonight. He's been too busy milking his foal. You've seen Windows do that a few times on machines at work? Fix'em Dude notes, 75 is probably when I'll finally have time to play all the games I have. It's kind of how I feel. I have a back catalog. Every week or month, right? Like, Epic gives you games. Twitch Prime gives you games. Every so often there'll be Steam giveaways. Like, list goes on and on. I still don't play them. So it's not that I don't have access to them. Just not there. I'd rather 3D print something. Maybe he's giving his full Airheads? Yeah. Minong says, a buddy of theirs 3D printed a Vader figure. Anyone, how you can go about painting it? Well, I'd imagine you'd want precision paintbrushes and the right kind of paints. They have, like, model paints. Breaks and Makes may have some recommendations for you. I generally don't do that, so I'd be the last person who might be able to give qualified advice. As RC Maniac notes, there are kits for getting into mini painting. All I can tell you is what I've seen, right? People will generally have like a magnifying glass or wear something on their head to see something up close. You know, a variety of paintbrushes, the quote-unquote right paints. I am definitely not there. Like, let me put it this way. As much as I could have used 2 colors for these troopers, or even painted part of the trooper, I'm just going straight up pink. Nice monochromatic pink. See? Even Fix'em Dude's got the problem, pushing 500 games on Steam. It's not a matter of not having the game, or necessarily enjoying the game. I just generally, it's not the first thing I think of in terms of unwinding. You have addiction to Humble Bundle and Fantical? Can't even remember the last Humble Bundle I got. They do giveaways too. So, I'll grab things when they're free, thinking, okay, well, you never know. It adds up. I just don't have an interest in collecting digital things. You collect digital things? I do not. I guess I used to. Then I realized, yeah, I don't know. Well, see, I understand it being easier for you to do that than collect physical things, but at that point, why collect anything? I'm a big fan of, I'd rather know how to get to something than actually know that I have something. I'm the opposite of a digital hoarder these days. I used to be a big digital hoarder. I did. And then I realized it just was not, it was not something that was worth keeping track of. Never really did it with music. Did it with files a long time ago. I guess if I had a choice back then, I collected apps or programs. Oh, Epic gives out great games. Joe, I was just mentioning that. Like, Epic, every week, Thursday, they've got a free game or two. I probably have as much games on Epic as I do Steam. And still don't play them. It's not that I don't have access to this stuff. I do. It's just if I'm not working, I'm Twitch streaming. So if I'm not working, I'm working. Oh, you've been collecting 3D models. I have a couple of folders where I've been doing the same thing. Oh, you have a small collection of keyboards. That's funny, too. Well, what happened with me is, being someone who loves software, years ago, I would basically accrue a series of programs, either for Windows that I would use, or Mac OS, and I just realized, I mean, especially as time went on, that few would get updated. They eventually stopped working. And why was I trying to keep track of them anymore? Why? So, I understand saving the files, right? Your STL files, right? Or any of the G codes. That does make sense to me. That makes a great amount of sense to me. But my hope is that for a lot of things that I haven't saved, they will eventually still be out there. You have 50 gigs of STLs? My god. This is why I'm glad I'm sticking to Star Wars stuff. You don't have a gaming PC? Use the Surface Pro 4. I have a streaming PC. The one I'm using now. I don't think it's the thing that's causing issues with audio. Then again, what do I know? You haven't finished downloading all the models you purchased. See, that's the thing, is I don't even feel I've gotten to that point where I'm buying models. Like, I would buy a model when I was ready to print it. Unless it was on sale, right? There's so many out there that I've yet to do. I'm just like, dude. And even after I've done it, because I've only done a handful of Stormtroopers, but I can always do it in a different color. Like, I don't have a white Stormtrooper, but I'm inclined to do the iridescent pearl in the Stormtrooper. That's kind of white, off-white, styled. I don't know. That just seems to me to be a bit more interesting. Quality differences between free and paid models night and day. About 2/3 of the models out there. Oh, I believe that. And like I said, if it was something that I wanted and needed and felt like I could do and that it would turn out okay, yeah, I'm willing to drop dough. There's a guy who makes vintage Kenner action figure, like Star Wars. They're not free, but it's a question of would that work well with my printer, and I don't think it would, so I'm not willing to spend the money. You know what I'm saying? As stated above, in the case of 3D models, printers and slicers will improve, so as time goes on, if I run out of space, I can dispose of prints and reprint and get something better. Exactly. It's not really a failure if someone wants it. And hello there, Monkey Bananas. Everything was going fine until you came along, then everything went monkey bananas. I'm in Bubblegum Stormtrooper land. Bubblegum Trooper? No worries, RC Maniac. I like lurkers. I also like turtles. I like totos. Dun, 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 dun. 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 Oh, Builder's Market's still here, lurking. I do that so often. In other streams. Streams that I like. You know, I lurk. I listen. I come up with snappy comebacks. I'm always funnier when I'm commenting in somebody else's stream than I am in my own stream. I think of the best responses. And then when it comes to my stream, I'm like, derp. lurking still counts as a view. Yeah, I'm not sure how Twitch does metrics. It doesn't necessarily measure how much, I don't think they measure the volume of chatting. I think it measures how many people are watching, how many hours. Snore Chupacarp asks if I watch Twitch. I'm watching Twitch now. Well, I'm not really watching. I'm streaming. I could watch and stream at the same time. It'd be like a watch party. Hope everyone's in the holiday spirit. Because apparently that's what we're listening to. Yeah, looks like I'm going to have to go in with the file on those eyes again, too. Oops. Nice emote, Red Chris MS. Oh, you're talking about Twit? Why, are they talking about Star Wars? If so, I'll watch. If not, meh. Whoa, look at that. Jotashi cheered 150 bits. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm shaving the Stormtrooper helmet's eyes. Liz, thank you for the 100 bits. Careful. If we're going to do this, if you're going to do what you think you're doing, I hope you're able to see it all the way through. Thank you, Big Sports Fan 2. Oh, crap. Well, if we get through a level 5 hype train, because I think it just started, it did, everyone gets 2 million Perillo popcorn. 2 million.
Paceless just gifted 1 subs.
What? Ponylouver. Just subscribe. Thanks to Liz. Don't know who that is. I think like they came in once, twice. Twitch gives weird gifts. Thank you, Liz. So here's my question. Do you have what it takes? Do we have what it takes to get through a level 5 hype train? I'm not sure. We're gonna find out, aren't we? Alright, sorry, I had to finish sanding the eyes of the helmet just to get it set before I forgot. I'm gonna have to keep this out too. Alright, here we go. We're on a hype train now, people. Gonna put my hype helmet on. As soon as I put that back. I have yet to hear that music drop out, dude. So it ain't on my end there. Here we go. Hype helmet on. If we get through a level 5 hype train, everyone gets 2 million popcorn, but honestly, we're at 53% on a level 1. Haven't quite left the station with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. I don't know. This one's going to be a bit of a slog, I feel. Don't know if we've got enough momentum here, but that's not up to me.
Caffeinated Linux just resubscribed for 12 months. Not all at once, but a year's worth of time.
Wow. So 12 months. Holy cow, dude. 12 months at tier 1. Not all at once, but a year's worth of time. It is. Thank you, Caffeinated Linux. Really appreciate that. All the support you've given over the years. Level 1 hype train at 85%. That was the right time to drop it. That's for sure. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go at 85%. Can you do 50 million? Dude, I would be shocked if we, like I said, if we get to a level 5 hype train tonight, it'll be interesting. Because I don't know. Sorry, I've got popcorn kernels here. Thank you, Snort Chupacarp, cheering 10 bits, and Liz cheering those 12 bits. Every bit counts. 87%. Level 1 hype train, not quite leaving the station here. 2 minutes left to go. Yeah, I have faith, but I generally can feel the patterns. You know, I'm feeling them. I'm feeling the patterns, or lack thereof, to know. Level 2 is attainable. It is. It is possible. It is incredibly possible. Very possible. So possible. You're like this close. This close. And I've even got my weird accent. But I don't think that's enough. It's not a strong enough accent. My accent needs to be stronger. Even though Darth Vader never really had an accent. Well, here we are.
Paceless just gifted 1 subs.
Okay, well, there you go. Fixum Dude giving out 1 tier 1 community sub. Snort Tripacarp with an additional 10 bits.
Fixum Dude just gifted 1 subs.
Liz giving out a sub that pushes us out of the station. The train has officially left the station, and we are now solidly into level 2. At 44%. Thank you so much, Liz. Giving to Sir Levin, who just joined the community today. And Fixum Dude gave something to GL Faraday. And GL Faraday, I see active on Livin' La Vida Yoko's streams. So that's usually where I see them. Thank you, Joe, for the additional 10 bits. Dave Prowse had an accent. He did, Snort Chepacarp. I believe he did. But Darth Vader didn't really have his accent. It was like James Earl Jones's. Everyone has an accent. See, that's the thing. That's what I learned in college. Everyone has an accent. It's the question of what your ear is attuned to, right? So everyone has an accent. Everybody. Even the people who don't sound like they have an accent, that's only because the accent that you've been accustomed to is considered the norm. But everybody has an accent. I'm from the Midwest, which is the one that's considered not an accent. But there is a Midwest accent. It really, truly exists. And I have it. But when I put on this helmet, I turn into a Darth Vader / Dark Helmet with this accent. 50% of the way through with Red Chris MS cheering 100 bits. With 3 minutes left to go at a level 2. That's admirable. We got out of the station, which is more than I can say for most. Also more than I can say for moist. Some people don't like when people say that word. Some people really don't like that word at all. I never had a problem with the word moist. Thank you, Liz, for those 18 bits, and Caffeinated Linux for the additional 100 bits. Still solidly at a level 2 hype train. I sound like I'm from Illinois, says XB Pete. Iowa. Actually. Right next to Illinois. For the most part, everything kind of blends in out there. Everything's basically almost like the same. I mean, there are definitely differences, but it's kind of the same. Depending on, what you do. Or what you expect. But having grown up in and around rural territories, the Midwest is, there's rivalries, but it's basically the same. For the most part. There are differences, but man, You've had people pinpoint the Minnesotan in your accent. Wow, even though you moved south when you were 5, 29 now. That's interesting. You're from Chicagoland. Hey, Adam TK Wallace. Good to see you virtually. There are accents from every town you are from your county of Nova Scotia. So...
Drandolph 1976 just gifted 10 subs.
Well, look at that. D. Randolph pops in. Dr. Andolph himself, Mr. Airhead. Can I say that? Mr. Airheads? I'm serious, dude. Like, I think packaging for everything should be replaced with candy. Like, that would be, everyone would want packages, especially from printedsolid.com. And I am using Printed Solid PLA tonight to print off this Bubblegum Trooper, because Bubblegum needs protected with the Bubblegum Trooper. Thank you so much, David Randolph, 1976, or D. Randolph, Dr. Andolph, for giving those 10 Tier 1 community sub-gifts, pushing us into a Level 4 hype train. That's a shock. This was almost a nail-biter. I wasn't sure. But now we are within spitting distance. I'm not going to spit in the helmet, though. Spitting distance of finishing Level 5. And if we finish the Level 5 hype train, then everyone gets 2 million Perillo popcorn. Lo and behold, we have completed Level 4, making the 5th and final level about to take place. 11% the way through, with about 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Thank you, Liz, for the 15 bits. After David's 500 bits on top of those gifted subs, very appreciated. And OZ2HD for following about a minute ago. You're joining right in the middle of this interesting hype train. It's a very interesting hype train. You never really know. I also don't know if the PezLiz coupon still counts on printedsolid.com. It is entirely possible. It would not surprise me if it does exist. Okay, now the rest of you need to finish it up. Exactly, D. Randolph. Did you just pop in randomly? Like, cause how did you know? Did you have like a sixth sense or something? Like, it's very eerie. It's very strange that would happen. I know you're busy. Busy. I get that. If I wasn't sitting here doing this, I would be busy doing something else. Oh, you heard there was a pity party. Yes. That would be called an average night here. That's all I got is pity. But I print now with pity filament. It's good. It's a good color. It's a very pink color. Actually, honestly, it feels like the color of this particular filament. I mean, it's definitely pink, but I think the camera makes it look a little more pink. I think it's very bold pink than it is in real life. And granted, I am using two different cameras for this stuff, but either way. Thank you for following XLX Optimus Prime XLX, a fellow Transformers fan. We are 2 minutes and 43 seconds into or through, or waiting left. There are approximately 2.5 minutes left in this level 5 hype train at 15%. As I said, we're like just almost there. Like this close. Like I'd say one hair away, but I wouldn't say that close. Just like a centimeter? Is that about right? Is that about the length of a centimeter there? Something like that? Yeah? I think so. Or at least pretty darn close. Sorry about that. I did not mean to bang the microphone with my helmet. I got too close because I can't see anything with this helmet on. This is not a prescription helmet. These eye bubbles, they're not prescription. David, thank you so much for giving out 5 Tier 1 community sub gifts. You're
Drandolph 1976 just gifted 5 subs.
I love David. Generous with his airheads and his subs and his PLA from printedsolid.com, the Jesse PLA. You can go in there and you could even use the Perillo filament. to get the Jessie PLA. That's the orange, Brad's orange glitter filament right there that I was using today for the traffic cone trooper, right? Also from printedsolid.com. There we... David. Couldn't have done it without you. 50 seconds left to go. 102%. You didn't have to. No, you really didn't. And so I hope this is all... Hope no one was forcing you or chiding you, because that's definitely not... Doing the hype train is just like this thing, the community engagement thing, so happy to have you along for the ride. And since David did it, everyone's going to get 3 million Perillo popcorn. So I said 2. Add points all. Since David helped, everyone gets 3 million. How does that sound? Just like that. No, you didn't just get 2. You got 3. Because David gave y'all a shot in the arm. Huge shot in the arm. Just like that. Now, I don't know what you're going to do with the 3 million popcorn. I don't even know how much popcorn I have. I'm almost done with my bowl, though. My bucket. As opposed to the bucket I'm wearing on my head. Level 5 hype train completed. Oh. Cannot breathe in that thing. Okay. Woo! See how this helmet comes out. Oh, we get dog? No, I got some animal emotes. Hype mine, hype squawk, hype scream, hype hey friends, hype sus. Interesting emotes. I've never seen those before. I now have a parrot emote. Hype squawk. Streamlabs has points. We don't use Streamlabs. At least not anymore. Oh, there, you got your shirt. No, not yet. I'm waiting to see how this one comes out. Hang on. I gotta clean up because I made a mess here. Yeah. Here. Careful with it. Don't... You be careful with it like you are the other one. Okay? The BB-8, can you put them together? Don't misplace it. Put them together. That's right. I'm worried those keys are going to get lost. Your work here is done. Dr. Randolph, your work is never done. Someone, somewhere, is always going to need filament, and only Printed Solid could come to their rescue. Only they could do it. Only they could print the thing that they've got in their head on their printer, but for that to happen, the filament has to exist. And, you know, I wouldn't put it past you that at some point you can figure out how to make Airheads filament. Can you do that? Can you do an Airheads filament? You know, just like, I'll just 3D print it into my mouth. I can do that. Would I make a Millennium Falcon cake on stream? I don't know about a cake. I don't know about a cake. Cake would be... Cake would be different. I don't think I have the capabilities of printing a cake. Although, I guess if there was a model, I could do it. I have not done a Millennium Falcon yet, though. Yet. And I don't want to do... That's the thing, is I don't just want to print something necessarily in the color that I could get it any other way, like the Millennium Falcon. So I'd be inclined to do a pink Millennium Falcon, or some wacky color, like a bright orange or something like that. Because that's something you just would not see, you know, happen all that often. So, you know, printing it like a pink, for example, a pink Stormtrooper. This is a perfect example. It seems like this one's coming out. Let's see here. I'm looking specifically at the layer lines on that helmet, because the one I did earlier, there seemed to be, you know, layer lines that I wasn't as happy with. So hopefully this one's going to come out a little better. I don't know why that came out the other way before, but everything else seems to be okay. As long as Jedi's probably going to enjoy it. She saw the BB-8 key. That's what she took off with, right? Because we had, I mean, she saw the, she didn't see the, I mean, she saw the keys. But since I had a dupe of the BB-8 key, that's the one that she got. She didn't see the other keys. She didn't see the Darth Vader-y. Huh. It is Darth Vader-y, because that is definitely Darth Vader's lightsaber. That key. And she definitely did not see this one. I'm not even sure where I'm going to be putting this key. There you go. Now y'all can see it. It's back there. You can see the key straight back. I just put it there. See, that's how I find things. I just find a place. What type of cake would you like Chris Pirillo to bake? BB-8 cake or Millennium Falcon cake? Oh, boy. So I gotta make this a poll? Okay. I'll try. Because I can't fit it in there exactly. What kind of cake to bake? Millennium Falcon BB. Now, I'm not, just because the poll results come in doesn't mean that I'm like promising that I'm gonna make a cake. I've never made a cake like that in my entire life. There are people who do that professionally, and I'm far from a professional. Yes, OZ2HD, you are the guy who just joined Discord, and if no one else has, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people here have, there's the link to the Discord server, maybe. Or not. Wow. Okay. Asking about printers. Didn't I bake one as a kid? Possibly, but I had my parents' help. Or my mom's help, certainly. So if you're gonna ask about printers, ask again here. I think I suggested jumping into the Twitch chat because there are people here who do a hell of a lot more 3D printers and have a hell of a lot more experience than I do. David, it is. Except if it's a vegan cake. We can get some pretty decent vegan cakes. Like the best deal is Whole Foods. Whole Foods has the best priced vegan cake around here. Like anywhere, like you can get a huge vegan cake for nothing. Like, well, all things considered, like 20, 30 bucks, 30, 25, somewhere in there. Everything else seems to be pricey by comparison. It's usually Whole Foods that's pricey, but it just depends on what you're getting, right? Oh, there goes RC Maniac. He's gonna make a cake. Looking at getting a boxed printer that can print TPU and last longer than a month. Okay, well, I'm gonna throw that out to people like David Randolph and RC Maniac, because they definitely know a hell of a lot more than I do. Because I'm not even sure. Total, is that TPU's total? No, I don't even know what that is. Last longer than a month? I'm not sure, because I press buttons. That's what I do. Rubber. You want to print rubber? Wouldn't that then be potentially more important to have a nozzle that handled that kind of filament? TPU will print pretty well on a Prusa Mini, according to RC Maniac. That's what I'm using right now. The RC Mini. Yeah, the Prusa Mini Plus. It's interesting. At a distance, these things look perfect, but when you like zoom in and look close, it's like, oh, I can see all the imperfections. And this is specifically at a 0.15 mm layer height too, by the way. Oh, look at that, Pony Lover. I was like, see, yeah, I remember when Pony Lover was chatting in here. It was a while ago. So Liz, thank you for the gift. We were doing a hype train, and that's when that's when Liz gifted. So that you got lucky there, Pony Lover, because of that hype train. And we are now once again over 500 subscribers, which is great. It's good to have subs. You're kind of, you know, if you don't, if you've got a healthy amount of followers on Twitch, that's good. Healthy amount of people who tune in, that's even better. This is as much as I do. Chatting, hanging out, geeking out, showcasing Star Wars stuff, talking. Yeah, I've got so much to learn as far as the world of 3D printing. I think is turning out pretty well. This one will seemingly work just as well as the one that I did for Jedi. The only thing I'm missing, the only thing I want to do for this one is specifically glue the helmet on, because that, I mean, even though it'll turn, I have a feeling it'll come off really easily, and that's the thing that needs to go on. And when it is together, it's never coming apart. I don't think the hands are gonna fall out or fall off, but I can't. I mean, I need it right now. I need the glue. I can't. I'm not gonna leave my post to go get the glue. I'll wait until Dinah comes in, or just have to wait until the end of the stream to go get the glue. But we've got about an hour and 7 minutes left on the print, so let's go ahead and time that down. BB-8, y'all want me to do a BB-8 cake? That's interesting. We've got, so it's about 70 minutes. About 70, and you know what? You know what else I forgot? There we go. That's funny. There's the Arabesh for it. Sponsored by Fangs.com. Dun, 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 dun. See, I told you, OZ2HD, there'd be someone in chat who'd be able to help you. I did say that. I did suggest it. Uh-oh, what the heck? What? Oh. What the? Man, everything just wigs out. I turn around and everything wigs out. You don't want to spend $30,000 on a printer that will not fit in my room? Well, I feel you. I also don't think I ever want to spend $30,000 on a printer. Definitely not my thing. RC Maniac notes that a box printer does not mean that it's easy to use and lasts a long time without issues. Well, I'd imagine that's the same that could be said for anything, right? I'm learning as I go what issues I could expect and how to better mitigate them. Harold Pulcher! Long time no
Harold
see.
Booker rated my stream with 2 viewers.
Thank you for the raid. Welcome aboard, Harold Pulcher people. Harold, who were we watching the other day together and chatting? Who were we doing that with? Because I jumped into chat and Harold was also there. Thank you, Zagathi. Oh, for the stretch. Love the stretch. Favorite thing. HP only makes enterprise printers which go for up to 200,000. Wow. Is that like shaped like the Enterprise? Blind Via, friend of yours. Yep, that's where it was. Blind Via. We rated him the other day. Thank you, Liz, for being here. Helping kick off that hype train. He is a neat person. He knows a hell of a lot more than I do, too. But man. Like, those are sometimes some of my favorite streams. Like, listening and trying to learn. Trying to glean some knowledge. Harold Pulcher. And Krillin64, thank you, by the way, for the, you want to go green? Fine. Here's the final Bubblegum Trooper. And this is, the actual color in real life is probably closer to, you can see, like, there's a dark pink and a light pink. It's somewhere in between the dark pink that you see on the printer and the final Bubblegum Trooper product. And this is articulated. Wrists, the helmet, I gotta glue it on, but the helmet articulates, or at the neck, shoulders, wrists, and then legs. So, fully articulated. And you can have one too. It only takes about maybe 3 hours or so to do these figures. They're pretty neat. Green. We're going green. It has been greened. Mini Speeder, you think it looks great? I think it looks way great. You and White Balance have never been friends? Well, I mean, the White Balance, the problem is I use 2 different cameras, right? And for 2 different reasons. The White Balance, even when you think you've got it spot on, to try to match it on 2 different cameras is just, forget it. Like, ultimately, I went with something brighter in this view. And I could probably take it down a notch or 2, but no one really complains, so I'm like, okay, I'm good. What's the hex color code? Man, I couldn't even tell you. So yeah, I would probably, if I adjusted anything, it would probably be on this camera, because it's easier to adjust on this camera versus the camera that I use specifically for this view. And if anything was accurate, it would probably be the White Balance in the printer camera, not so much this particular camera. They both have their strengths, and there's a distinct possibility that the White Balance in the printer camera will change at some point over the course of the next month or so. I'm not sure I'm able to figure out what kind of conversation is going on around these 3D printing options, but can you do links here? Yes, Harold, I do allow it, because there are a lot of people who do share, like, Thangs.com links, and Thangs is a sponsor. Bang, Thangs. They are a sponsor. I appreciate when people click those links. So as long as you click my links, I'll let you share yours. Deal? Deal. Sith Lord Brit was having a problem, and I can't remember. I think she got an ender. She was having an issue with it last night. Or last night or the night before. All the nights are kind of blending in with one another. Alright, give me a minute. I'm gonna get the glue. Y'all keep yourself entertained with what is printing right now. I'm gonna glue the Stormtrooper helmet on. back. I need to glue the Stormtrooper helmet. You need to get off your phone? Yeah, good idea. Oh. She got an Anycubic. No, she got a resin, but then I thought she also got like an FDM. Swear she got both. Could be wrong. Sorry, I'm like gonna super glue this helmet on. Sure, it's gonna fall off. If this thing comes off, I will be shocked. Okay. Bubblegum Trooper helmet on. I think. Is that enough? I don't know if that's enough. Crap. I'd rather be liberal with the application of glue, just to ensure. Alright, you are going to stand back there. I need to screw this back in. Traffic cone trooper, stand up next to you. I'm gluing that one specifically for Jedi because I know she's gonna be, if she's gonna be playing with it, I don't want the helmet to fly off. I'm kind of inclined to, you know, print another helmet, just the helmet, because that is pretty cool. CR10 are really good too, but you're not a real 3D printer person until you use your 3D printer to print upgrades for itself. Oh, that's funny. I haven't done that. I guess I'm not real, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with not being real. No such thing as a 3D printer geek squad. There should be. Joel lives close enough that, you know, if something ever happens with me. Weird. Yeah, you know you're not a Jedi until you make your own lightsaber. True, that's true. I see your skills are now complete. I know they're the dirty bird of the 3D printing community, but I've got Sunlu S8s. They print good after some tweaks. I don't know. I don't know anything. I can plead the culpable deniability. Like, I have no idea. You don't want to spend over $1,000 on your first printer since you'll break it. Dude, I spent nothing. This is a review unit, but I would have spent like around $400 on it. That's definitely not $1,000. I'm taking it slowly, but I am printing something pretty much every day. Yeah, I've been quite okay with it. I could definitely see how, if I had a business model around this, that, you know, getting more than one and managing more than one, but yes, a lot of copies of the Prusa style. Exactly why this is an original Prusa Mini, which is branded in every video that I do. What is my review so far? Of the Prusa Mini? I mean, I guess the way I look at it is I've made the recommendation for other people, and they've been fine with it to the point where they end up getting other printers, like Buana being one of them. I think the same thing just happened to CineUp 76 as well. I don't know if I ever really reviewed things. I don't review things as much as I use them. And if I keep using it, that says everything. if I want to use it. That says everything. The fact that it works, and the fact that you've seen it work pretty much constantly and consistently for the past 2 or 3 months should say everything. So what kind of issues you have? I mean, you have issues with anything and everything. Like, it doesn't matter what you do, it's going to have wear and tear. So I've run into issues where I think the filament was there was a clog. There's been issues with filament, and it's been a while, but breaking, and that's largely filament problems. It's not necessarily a printer problem. The filament problem ends up becoming a printer problem. I seemingly had some kind of buildup in one of the tubes, the Bowden tube, I believe, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. It was like the filament was not taking on the gears, and I kept pushing. Ultimately, I had to take apart the extruder, which wasn't as difficult as you'd think. It was clean, but the filament goes into the extruder was clogged, so just had to get cleaned out. That's just regular maintenance. You want to hear a review of a printer after a year of use? Well, OZ2HD, but talk to someone who's been doing it for a lot longer than me. Don't just take my word for it, that's for sure. I definitely do not have a direct drive. Someone else probably does. Your mini's going right now. I've been really enjoying it after got a couple things worked out. Oh, fix 'em, dude. Fair enough. You probably know a hell of a lot more than average, too. Yeah, like I said, I'm happy. I'm like, I find a file. That's the shortcoming for me, is like not finding enough of, of what I might want to print, or like almost finding too much, right? Like, oh, I want to print this. Oh, I want to print that. Oh, I want to print this. And just pacing. And then always thinking, oh, wait, didn't I already print this? I think I already printed this. The Prusa Mini on screen is a Bowden printer. Remember, you're from the old days of YouTube. Honestly, I'll be honest with you, OZ2HD. Unless you went by a different handle, I don't remember your handle. No, you're exactly the person you want to hear from? No, you're not. Or, no, I'm not. Well, I am live streaming every night on Twitch, 6 p.m. Pacific, kind of like the old days of live.perillo.com. I don't really do YouTube anymore. Maybe one day when I'm hopeful that I can find someone to help with video editing stuff. Help me crack the YouTube nut and give YouTube a good run, but I'm not sure if that person exists. Kind of like a Sean to Joel. I probably need a Sean. I didn't really leave YouTube. YouTube's algorithm kind of screwed me. And your emails thought were just blogs, but found you had a Discord, yes. So joined, and then found you had the stream, so you're back. Well, there you go. Sean was one of the best things Joel found. That's what I'm saying, RC Maniac. You need to find a Sean. You, the general you. Or let me put it this way. I'm open to finding a Sean. And paying a Sean. Even if his or her name is not Sean. You need to fire your videographer, that'd be yourself. I don't do video. I do live video. I do live interaction, but everything beyond that, not as much fun. I need to, the thing is, for me to do YouTube, I basically have to find someone who gets YouTube, who understands YouTube. Who can make the YouTube thing work. And isn't inclined to do it for themselves. Because if they were, they'd be doing that. Matt's an old school YouTuber. Swatch in there. I don't know. I just never cracked the nut. And now that I've got the full-time gig with Intel, I don't have a lot of extra time. So I just as soon find someone who has read that book and hire them to do it. So. Bellum 128 says, and with YouTube, you have to make crazy faces for the thumbnails. Yeah. I'm working for Intel? Uh-huh. They hired me because I have a certain expertise. So I'm like, okay. Sounds great. Sounds like fun. Sounds like it's different. You just got an i9? It's a good processor. I'm running on an Intel NUC myself. i7. Tiger Lake. Intel Xe Iris graphics. Oops. Laptops have Intel, desktop has processors from a different company. Fair enough. Competition. Competition helps everybody. Now, I'm still someone who runs iPad OS, iOS, Android, Mac OS, Windows OS. Okay, let's see here. Windows running the stream. Mac, yeah. iPad, yeah. iOS kinda. That's kind of said Android. So I basically use every day 4 different platforms for different reasons. And right now, I'm using, 3 different platforms. If I pick up my phone, I'm using 4. Harold Pulcher is asking, what brand filament am I using? Looks like it lays down really nice. It does. I had some layer line issues with the first Bubblegum Trooper, but this is a printed solid Jessie PLA. Pure magenta. That's the color, even though I'm like, really? Magenta? What? Looks pink to me. RC Man X, right? Spot on. David Randolph also hangs out here. David Randolph of Printed Solid, Harold. You know, I know you're familiar at least with the greater community, but yeah, David's here frequently. That's not the reason I'm printing with it, although David's the reason I have the filament. Very grateful. Told you, Chris, it's only 1/4 to pigment because it's intended for lithophanes. The pink? This is? Wait, this specific one? I didn't know that. Did I know that? I thought white was the best one. Less pigment equals more transparent for light to get through. Yes. That's why I typically would go with a white or a cream. I've not had a chance to use any of the product yet. Putting it in your try list. I will say this. It's not been as problematic as Filament 1. I had their upfill. I think it was Filament 1. I had upfill, and that was problematic, like really problematic. But I've generally been able to avoid a lot of problems with filament, and Printed Solid has definitely been solid for sure. Lithophane filament is pure cyan, pure magenta, yellow bird, and quarter white. Oh. The magenta and quarter white are reduced pigments. Interesting. I don't know. Would I do a filament in this color? Or I mean a lithophane? I don't know. There's something I like about the white for the lithophanes. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I just got to keep looking or making. It's for full color lithophanes. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I'm single color, I guess. But you know what? I mean, honestly, as far as colors are concerned, printing with TPU the last few days, making a flexible print. Yeah, I'm largely sticking with PLA. It's easy. I don't have to worry so much about fumes. Relatively safe. I've got plenty of it. Most of what I want to do is fine for it. The thing, if I have any amount of like envy, it would be those, you know, with those who have resin or use print, quote unquote print in resin. Okay. Got the helmet on. The helmet is glued on. This is Jedi's. My daughter's. It's a nice, I gotta admit, you never think about seeing a pink trooper, but when you do, it's like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Done some of that. Way cool, but way different setup. That can be pretty messy. That's what I'm saying, dude. Oh, wait, hang on. I need to update that trigger. I've got an issue. I'm missing an H. Okay, let's try that. There we go. Fixed it. I was missing the H in the trigger. There was another company that made lithophane filament and stopped. The person who pioneered full-color lithophanes in its modern form was approached by David, and Dave said he would make the needed filament. Oh, interesting. It's pretty cool. But printing at 0.01 mm layer height makes it all worth the mess. Yeah, I bet. I bet, dude. Because, like, I look at some of those miniatures and I'm like, oh. Is Intel looking into AI like Jetson Nano? Well, I can't speak about what's going on, but obviously if you look at what we've done, Intel and AI, hand in hand. You don't want to print at 0.01 mm with FDM. I don't think you could. I don't think I could. I don't think my nozzle goes that low. So just a standard, what, 0.4 or whatever? I haven't even printed at 0.1 mm. I've printed 0.15. I don't know, what would I try on a 0.1? This is at a 1.5. The troopers are at a 1.5, which is, you know, I feel pretty decent, pretty good. Maybe in a future iteration I might try to go to a 0.1. FDM and 0.01 probably ain't happening. Stuff ain't that flat. Yeah, no doubt. Smallest you printed is 0.05 with a 0.2 mm nozzle. Billabong's notes. .1 could do, but would recommend a .2 nozzle if you're looking for detail. Everything, I feel, honestly, that I feel that there's a reason that this is seemingly standard. Doesn't take dialing in, doesn't take tweaking, it just kind of works. We're at 80%, 37 minutes left to go. But then again, I don't print many big things. Most of what I print is small. Ow. So it's pretty much done with all the pieces. Topping off on the shoulders for the Stormtrooper, and then going on with the legs. Like, the designer of these figures does a pretty darn good job. Generally makes them okay. I've only run into an issue with the Battle Droid figure that I did, because he uses, like, built-in supports, which is problematic. Or can be problematic, the way that he manages them. So yeah, I have a feeling that for the resin output, I'm just going to have to rely on other people. Things that I would want, like, you know, I usually have to end up going with, hey, Krusty, good to see you. Figured you were resurfacing because I saw your tweet to on thread to Becky from Thangs. Just walked in the door along it. Well, dude, what are you... Don't be talking to me. Crack open a cold one. I'm just printing bubblegum troopers. One at a time. Mm-mm. You can't have tacos today. That was yesterday. Well, I guess if it's Taco Wednesday. Actually, shouldn't it be Burrito Wednesday? Amish made affiliate. Yes, who was mentioning that? Zach? Rutledge? Was mentioning that he made affiliate? Which is great. Oh. Wonton Wednesday? Nice. Well, since it's a day that ends in a Y, I'm eating popcorn. And Nooch. Every day is, what do I want to eat today? Unfortunately, I cannot be as cavalier. I have to really keep an eye on what it is I'm eating. I have the propensity to overeat. It's a problem for me. So, beans, I do well with. That's usually the first thing I eat. It gets me through the late morning, early afternoon. And then it's usually after that, it's a set of question marks. Knowing full well that I'm gonna have beer and popcorn likely in the evening. Some days I have snacks or other things to eat. But for the most part, I've been able to get to where I need to get to, not through tacos. But I believe, like, I hit, I feel like I'm right where I need to be. And I'm right around 120 pounds. Which some people would say, oh, it's not enough. Oh, it's too, like, no. For my frame, for my size, it's fine. Anything more is a bit much, but anything less, and I'd be in trouble, probably. Like, I'm very careful to find that balance. But I feel I'm pretty happy at 120. Right around there. Give or take, right? Depending on the day. You learned through the BK app just yesterday that yesterday was National Eat What You Want Day. They offered 2 for $5. You passed. They offer better than that. Oh, gotta check the printer. Oh man, just get a webcam, they say. I don't know. There's something to be said about just, you know, sitting in front of the printer. Although I have let things go, like for longer, you know, stepping away from it. I've got after this pink, or sorry, the magenta. I'm not sure what other thing I have that I wanted with this color, but I'm thinking about flipping back to that gray and going with a K2SO with the gray, and then also I've got like a Death Star panel, like the exhaust port, or, you know, where the torpedoes were fired into, the photon torpedoes or whatever. Yeah, we don't have an apartment here. It's a little more than an apartment. Pretty sure Jedi's gonna try to pull the helmet off, but she was playing with her pink Vader the other day, the figurine Vader that I printed her. Probably should have printed her one of these, like, you know, that she could like move around, articulated one, but she's not as much into the articulation, I don't think. Yeah, it's funny. You know, for years I would have a relatively empty desk, and now every day I turn around, it's like, oh, great, it's full. And make a mess every day, and then have to clean it up every day. That's what happens when you're in the middle of a stream. That kind of takes the priority. Yeah, Krusty, it was getting quiet like either last night or the night before too. It gets quiet, like really quiet. Like really, 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 really quiet. It's not just you. Like it was like two days ago or whatever. I'm like, it was eerily silent. I'm fine with the silence. I mean, it doesn't bother me. Like, I'm the kind of person you can sit in the same room with, not say anything. I'm like, I'm good. That's quality time. Silence. You don't have to talk all the time. Just shh, shh, be quiet. Shh. Let me see something. Where's the... Well, that was a playing.
Noisebrew rated my stream with 49 viewers.
My God. Noise Brew. It's been a while, hasn't it? A few weeks? Yeah? Welcome aboard. We were enjoying a moment of silence. Like, it wasn't uncomfortable silence or anything. It was a very comfortable silence. And then suddenly I hear a pling. I'm like, oh, what just happened? Well, it looks like we got raided. Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Hope it was healthy and happy. Very glad to see you here. You may notice a few other people in this stream if they hang out with you in your chat. Hope everything, again, went well. For those who are just joining, my name is Chris Perillo. I live stream every night on Twitch at about 6 p.m. Pacific. You're all invited. Typically, I'm just geeking out, just chatting, or at least sitting here ready to chat, as I'm 3D printing something on my Prusa Mini Plus. That's typically what I do. And the thing that I'm printing is more often than not Star Wars related. Like, it's kind of a thing with me. I don't think it's ever going to not be a thing. I'm printing tonight a second one of these. This is an articulated Stormtrooper figure, and I did this one for my daughter. I figured, well, if I'm making one for her, I need one for me, because who does not need a bubblegum trooper? Who out there does not need one of these? You see this and you're like, yeah, I think I kind of need one of those. So yeah, I'm printing one. And I'm starting to get the feeling that I want to print a different a trooper in a different color, like every color that I have. Which is weird. I mean, they're troopers, right? But like, I'm normally a Darth Vader collector, right? I did this Darth Vader, and this was the first one that I feel I successfully printed, and I feel I did a good job with it, but I probably could have done better, or at least the filament may not have turned out as well as you know, in the outcome is the filament that I'm using here. So that's why I may end up redoing Vader in another black when I get to the point where I'm doing black again. I rotate it because I only have one printer. I'm very odd that way. I only print with one printer, you know, one at a time. Yes, it is the Prusa Galaxy Black. And I know some people would say, well, just get a second printer. I'm like, yeah, but no, then where would I stick it? Like, where would I put it? I like having the printer here, right? I don't think I have room for a second one here, and yes, I could place it somewhere else throughout the house, but yeah, then it's like managing two printers, and I don't think I'm there yet. I like not like immediately. I don't feel I'm there yet. At some point, yeah, I probably will be when there's, you know, oh, that looks like a really good upgrade, but I'm pretty happy with what I got now. I'm like, what would I be able to do with that? Oh, I'd be able to do this, that, and the other thing. Moreover, I am pretty much the house's tech support, which means that if it breaks, I'm the one who has to fix it. When something happens, I'm the one who has to address it. And maybe at the point where Jedi is old enough that she's kind of tinkering with the stuff, it'll be a hell of a lot easier. So, you upgraded your Ender 3 so much you were troubleshooting it all the time? Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm big into not tweaking. I'm big into just having things work. period. I'm happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Like, incredibly happy with that. Like, I cannot, for the life of me, I mean, imagine I would ever get to a point where I would be wanting to tweak everything, because unlike you, I do not have a lot of skills with building things and hardware, and certainly not robots. Like, I'm not into that, like, at all. I do admire those who do that, and I think I mentioned that when we did the raid. Like, I'm like, wow, I can't believe that's really cool. I just can't do it. I'm not built that way. Like, my mind it's just, I mean, I could watch people do it and be fascinated by it and be amazed by it, and somewhat inspired, but never really feeling like I want to do it myself or have the inclination to do it. So there's definitely space in the world for those like you who love doing that kind of stuff and who can do that stuff and you enjoy it, because there are people out here in the community who enjoy watching you do what you do with robots and stuff. Like, even when they lay it out for you, even when things get laid out, step 1, step 2, step 3, and like there's just something like with programming, right? Software development, like engineering, software engineering, and even working with circuitry, right? It's not just knowing the information, it's being able to remix that information and use it and turn that into experience, which of course translates into knowledge, and enough of that, you've got wisdom. I don't know if my mind was built that way as much as I am a logical being, and I feel I operate out of logic. I make most of my decisions, firmly rooted in an understanding of risk and intended outcomes, and think through in as logical a way as I can. But my type of creativity is more, I would say, superficial. I think that's not to minimize the kind of creativity that I have, but let me put it this way, I was an English major, right? I liked writing. I still like writing and still enjoy writing. I enjoy that. I enjoy being creative in that capacity. But I think it takes a different kind of creativity to engineer, let's say, what you engineer, right? The robots, to be able to have that knowledge and have accrued that experience. I never did well with science. I liked science. I still enjoy science. I enjoy it, like, oh, okay, it's pretty cool, but it's different for me, I think. I don't know. But it's also, something that's, I've said for years, I'm more of a software guy than a hardware guy. I do not overthink everything, that's for sure. Noise Brew, I do not make my own 3D models. I've done maybe 1 or 2 original drawings in Tinkercad, but nothing like over the top. If I were to do anything, it would probably be customizing somebody else's foundation, unless I can think of something that hasn't been done. I'm like, I think I could try this. I haven't done anything myself, and even if I did try something on my own, it would probably have a Star Wars logo slapped on top of it. So, Sesam says we need heart too. I'm probably more heart than I am head in that sense, because I'm amazed at what this this type of equipment can do. But I know enough to be dangerous. And I'm not sure if I'm ever going to know that much more than just knowing enough to be dangerous, if that makes sense. Fusion 360 is free. Not many folks know that, just in case. I did know about it, but I really like Tinkercad, because I use so many different platforms. Something that's web-based is the best for me. And so, yeah, Tinkercad with that was like an immediate recommendation. I'm like, okay, this is viable. This will work. I have not thought through something that doesn't yet exist that I'm looking for that couldn't be made in any other way. So the closest I've come is using the Lithophane Maker website, loading a photo, pretty easy, straightforward. It's worked. I did some drawing in Tinkercad and printed that. That was fun. I ended up 3D scanning my head in EM3D, an app from Ethan's dad, 3D, who does show up in chat every so often. So I scanned my head and then printed that. This was a mod that Builder's Mark helped with, the Dark helmet on top of my bust. So I basically had to, obviously print 2 different pieces and then glued the helmet in place to have a dark helmet. I went with the translucent filament, the white there. Do I have any lithophanes on hand? Do I? I don't think I do. I did a Star Wars lithophane on Star Wars Day, like a group shot. That's downstairs. I did one of Princess Leia. That was fun. I downloaded that one. I also did one of my daughter, Jedi, again, using the Lithophane Maker website, but I did it for the model that would sit on top of, or in the notch for a light, a nightlight. I did 2 of those, and those got sent off to my mom and then my mother-in-law. So I have done those. Those are, I would say those are fun. Those are simple, straightforward, fun, really good gifts. So lithophanes are, like, easily, like, what would I, like, dude, those make pretty nice gifts. So if I was an artist, then, it'd be pretty cool to, draw something, have something to print, and then do a lithophane and then sell those, but I'm not an artist, so no one's gonna buy anything that I might do original. Or at least that's what I would assume. So yeah, so I've done a fair amount. Most of what I've done, though, has been, in this realm, right? Very small, very manageable. I mean, I've done busts, but I'm more inclined to print figures than I am busts. This does drive me nuts. I know it's just see how loose those limbs are. This is the Prusament Galaxy Black, so I'm gonna try another Vader. Maybe not with the Prusament Galaxy Black. I may pass this one off to my daughter, but with the equivalent from Printed Solid, which is what I'm using right now. The pure magenta. Because look, this one, the limbs are not nearly as wobbly. Like, there's some wobble to it, but there's not a lot of moving around, apart from when you need to move a limb, and then even then the joints are really, really tight, which I like. I like the tight joints more so than the loose joints. So I may end up redoing that at some point. I just don't know when. I'm not there yet. Might do it in gray. Might do a gray Vader, because I'm gonna be throwing on the gray to do a K2SO here tonight. I think after the Stormtrooper's done in another 13 minutes. Ah, come on. I'm going nuts. But, what else is new? It's what I do. That. Have I heard of Jesse Filament? Yes, Noise Brew. That's what I'm using. Printed Solid. This is Jesse PLA. Matter of fact, David Randolph, aka D Randolph. He's I would say a member of this community. Like he's here almost every night. He pops in like at one point tonight. He popped in during a hype train, which was perfect timing. But David was a member of the community. He's facilitated giveaways of his filament, and he sent this filament, pretty much all his filament, for me to use during the streams. And I do use other filaments, not just Printed Solid. But yes, this is printed solid, and I'm going to be moving on to the Overcast Gray, which I'm really happy with. That's the other printed solid one that I've used recently that I like. Things like, especially with Star Wars stuff. But you know, when I was thinking through printing a trooper, I don't know, for some reason doing a bubblegum trooper just kind of sounded fun, different. Like, we would never see something like this, or at least that I know of, never really see something like this. So I was inclined to use the pure magenta, which I guess, according to, I think, RC Maniac, he said that the filament was designed more for lithophanes, multicolored lithophanes, and I do more single color. But the good thing is that I feel that the needed pink or cyan, I would go with those colors over anything else. Over anything else. Why did I do these things happen to other people? They don't happen at all. In fact, when you're following an angel, doesn't mean you have to throw your body off the building. Somewhere they're meeting on a pinhead, calling you an angel, calling you the nicest things. I hear they have a space program. Sorry, I got They Might Be Giants in my head. Sorry, I want to try to adjust something on this Vader here. Ah! Diana is vacuuming. My wife is vacuuming. Do not know why she's... Well, I know why she's vacuuming. We get crap all over the floor, man. Ah! No! Ah! Sometimes I think I kinda like that, and other times I think I'm already there. When you're following an angel, doesn't mean you have to throw your body off a building. Somewhere they're calling you an angel. Oh, crap. Oh, man, I lost my internet connection again. Okay, I couldn't figure out. I'm like, if I don't see chat, it's like I have to hit refresh. Oh, my internet, the internet connection on this machine is just so bad. So if you said anything over the past 2 minutes, I totally did not see it. Swear I'm losing it. Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last. Can you hear the vacuum from there, or is this mic that good? It's a decent vacuum. Prince finished good. Next one's on the plate. Congratulations. You can't hear vacuum noises. Well, that sucks. No, actually, the vacuum sucks. Or the mic is good. Yeah, there's some... I'm seeing some gaps here on this one that I didn't have on the other one. Little disappointing, but... Well... Actually, they were kind of in the same spot. I don't think it'll take away from my overall enjoyment of the figure, but... The only thing I have to do is basically file underneath on the brim, on the top part of the eyes, because there are no supports. I just need to kind of file away some bits here on the eyes. Like, you can see potentially top parts there, but that's nothing. You see dead people. Wow. Do I keep my film in dry boxes? Do any sort of humidity control? I've got a couple of cabinets. We also keep the air conditioning on pretty much 24/7, so that gets rid of a lot of moisture. I have like a very low tolerance for humidity, anyway, you know, regardless of filament. But I have used bags. David also sent along some of the vacuum sealed bags that he's got available from his website, and I've used those to cover most of the open filaments that I have, although I need to order more bags. then I generally keep them in a cabinet, put some desiccant the pod things in there. But I just haven't. I have not seen. I have not seen many issues with the filament. So I attribute that largely to living in a largely humid-free environment in the house. Even though we live in the Seattle area, and it is obviously, an area that is known for its moisture, its humidity, its rain. Well, rain, not so much humidity. I guess we do get humidity, but not like Florida. Oh my God, not like Florida. Florida is, my God. Ooh. I feel that it's because we have the air conditioner. Keeps away the moisture. So, haven't had too many problems. So, cabinets that are not exactly airtight. Bags, absolutely, that can be made airtight. And then desiccant in those cabinets. But beyond that, I mean, I haven't seen any deeper issues. And I haven't opened all the filament either, right? I mean, if we do run into a problem, we do have a dehumidifier that I usually will run in the basement during the summer months. Specifically when it gets really hot outside. But at this stage, we haven't had too many issues. Yeah. Doing well. Yeah, take care of the ones you have. Okay. Careful. Yeah, take care of the ones you have. Mm-hmm. Oh, careful, that's glue. Yeah, don't want to touch that. Because I needed to glue something. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, take care of the ones you have. That's what it's like. Grab, 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 grab. Ooh, there's an object. Grab, 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 grab. Don't touch the wrong thing. That's probably the biggest challenge of getting things strewn about during these broadcasts is like, it all gets laid out. And did I? No, I did not. But if it breaks, Dad, you can print another one. Not the things that she's grappling. Children learn from their parents. Well, trust me, some of it's not environmental. Yeah, for some reason, I'm like... This thing is... My connection is... tenuous at best. I don't know if it's me, or I don't know if it's something else, but I'm gonna have to do some serious troubleshooting after the stream tonight. Yeah, should I blame the nanobots? Maybe that's what I need to do. So my concern is like the smaller things that she gets, they're going to get lost. So as much as I'm like, she's got to take care of what she's got now. Because I'm not going to just keep layering things on, because it just makes things worse. But, like, the 3D printed stuff, it's easy enough to pass on, because if it breaks or it gets lost, it should be relatively easy to replace. Like this figure, basically. Ah. Come on. Woo, look at all those Chris heads. Chris heads, Chris heads. Roly-poly Chris heads. Blame the micro machines and the nanobots. She has micro machines. She plays with them. She enjoys them. I guess it just kind of depends on her what she's in the mood for. She got every kind of toy, imaginable. Far more selection than I did, that's for sure. She was also looking at the keys, but like I gave her the BB-8 one you guys saw earlier, because I had the duplicate of it as well as that May the 4th key, and then she saw the Grogu key. I'm like, well, let's see how she handles the other key. So it's like, don't just like give it to her all at once, but like let her stage in that kind of responsibility. Like I'm responsible with these things, therefore I can handle other things. That's kind of the way I look at it. Oh, Krusty's suggesting Zach Rutledge. Zach Rutledge. Who's that on the front page? Who else do we got? Well, Amish Ace we've rated twice over the past week. We did Business recently. Yoko's live. Zach? Is that who we're doing? Does anybody have any different 3D printer, crafter, Lego folks out there? I see some retro folks. Those people are always fun. What was that? Oh, oh my god. Someone I know just he dyed his hair. That's hilarious. Sorry, I'm gonna say he looks hilarious. Some artists. Thank you, Ping Ha Jen, for following. Hopefully I got your name right, and thank you for the stretch. Wow, very nice. Very, very, very nice. Appreciate you stopping by, swinging in. The Stormtrooper, the pink Stormtrooper, is now done, complete, and now the Trooper is complete. I can assemble this mess. It's not a mess. It just needs to be done. King Saru the 13th? Is that what that is? Oh, look at that. Y'all are being kind to Pinga Jin. Now, we are generally kind to new followers here, that's for sure. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to effectively construct this with any degree of attention during the broadcast. I may have to wait because I've got to like pull off the brims. Or brim? It's like really, it's not brims at this stage. It's definitely like one giant brim on this print. Jedi seemed to get a kick out of her Stormtrooper, so I'm happy about that. It's very nice. If you want to see painting of dogs, I don't know about painting of dogs. See what we got. King Saru is doing Lego Captain America. He does stuff and plays games. Who's this? Oh wow, he's doing an amazing job printing this corgi named Sourdough. He does pet portraitures. Interesting. That looks kind of cool. He looks like he's ready to follow. No, look at that. Ping Ha Jin just follow. You must have. She must have. You must have just.
Want to take that one? Ping, thank you for the follow.
You must have just followed directly from RC Maniac's link. That's hilarious. That is pretty funny. So, yeah, I kind of like. I could go with either one of these. Honestly. Oh, there's Jay Doran. It's been a while. What do you think? Do you think the dog artist or Zach Rutledge? It's been a while since Zach too.
I gotta wrap my head around this part. This part's actually really complicated.
So he does.
I didn't think it would be.
He does drawing paintings of dogs.
That caught me off guard. Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
I never watched Rooster Teeth, so I'm not sure if I have a remembrance of that. Okay, so... Whoop. Sorry about that. Stream almost went to starting soon. It's totally my fault. Okay, so I'll give everybody a vote. We'll do a poll. I'll let y'all decide. I mean, I like rating new people. I really do, because it expands the community so well. Like, I like getting followed by new people. And Pinga Jen is I can tell you, because I jumped to those streams and I could see they were following just based upon the same links that you were sharing in chat. It's hilarious to me.
Let's do that.
Hey, Darth.
Thanks, Hollow.
Darth.
The colors are just taking me forever. There's so many different layers of
Sorry, I've got the artist in the
There's
background
white,
right
there's
now.
brown, there's tan, there's the other brown, there's black, there's this dark gray.
Okay, I'm gonna put the pet dude on pause for a second. Give me a moment. I've got to try to take the brim off, pieces of the brim off my Stormtrooper figure. And for the most part, that came off clean. Oh, what was that? Someone just slamming the door. You were gonna say you don't have the stream open. No, not you. I was listening. It's like, I like the artist type folks on Twitch. I do. Every other 3D printer person that I run into on Twitch, though, is non-interactive. Like, they just have the printer going. That's it. I'm like, well, come on, dude. Really? Interact, man. You're on Twitch. You're in the mood for sharp balloons tonight, but she's not streaming. She was. Apparently, she got rated by 7,000 people tonight. She totally deserves it. Like, totally, completely deserves it. Yeah, keep your eye on her, dude. She's gonna be pretty big, guaranteed. There are just certain people that have a personality made for Twitch. And she is one of them. That's me being kind. That is me paying a compliment. Like, certain people just don't necessarily have what it I mean, they have what it takes, but, you know, there are people who definitely have it, and there are people who need a little bit more of it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for following VoiceOver Dad. Lord knows I need a voiceover in my life. Because I'm already over my voice, let me tell you. I would never be a voiceover guy. I'm a dad, just not a voiceover dad. Because no one wants to hear me say anything. I watch your streams, Chris, but I got you on mute all the time because I can't stand your voice. But man, I love your 3D printing. That's what they sound like, that guy from The Simpsons. Jedi always tells me, she says, I want to watch The Simpsons. And so, like, every time I turn on an episode, she, like, watches for, like, 30 seconds. And that's it. You were chatting when they were under 100 people, walked away, came back, there were thousands. Oh my god. You like your voice when you talk, but when you hear it in recordings, you hate it. Oh, I hate it even when I'm talking. But you kind of get over it, right? You know, on Twitch, you realize, you know, this is not going to be a very exciting stream if I sit here and don't say anything. I have not watched the sorry marvelous Ms. Maisel. Eh. It's my best Italian, because I'm Italian. I don't even have a good Italian accent, and I'm Italian. It's a spicy meatball. Eh. This is what I imagine we sound like. In your head. That sounds so bad. And again, this is why VoiceOver Dad probably gets paid the big bucks. And schleppy 3D printer dad over here. Chris, you need to watch. I do? Would I like it? It's on Amazon. Maybe after I finish with the Netflix Jupiter whatever, I'll go to that one. Maybe. If you're lucky, I will. So good. Yeah, I know. People say so good, though, and then they said the same thing about The Expanse, and I'm like, okay, what's it like? What's the genre? What is it? What's the hook? Who got rated by 7,000? Sharp Balloons. And she deserved it. There's just certain people, like, who deserve it. And there are definitely those who don't. Me, for example. I do not deserve it. Her. She deserves it. Sorry I can't show you a close-up of this, because I got the mess of a camera, and honestly, I'm holding the, got my kid out. It's not SFJ. What's SFJ? JT Master Jedi. Dude, got my signed Timothy Zahn Star Wars book from friend today, and we met up, and oh, I bet, dude. Timothy Zahn. Heir to the Empire. Heir. Heir to the Empire. Thrawn. Grand Admiral Thrawn. Oops, guess I wasn't done with that. Congratulations, JT Master Jedi. That's pretty amazing. I tend not to chase the autograph stuff. I every so often I luck into it, but I don't know, for some reason or another, just never got bit by the autograph bug. And there are people who definitely do and are, and they peddle in them, right? It's an interesting business. I mean, if I loved it, I could totally see why and how that could be my business. Take care, Liz. Thank you for hanging as long as you did, because I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to, but appreciate the time. Appreciate everybody's time, but especially Liz's. Here, Jedi Wayne. Okay, so Miss Mizell is apparently on my to-do list. Good to know. That is not what I want there. Okay. One Stormtrooper arm and hand in socket. Great. It's in like Flynn. The other one goes in the other one. What? What? Yeah, I know. Yeah, but what happened to your Yoda one? I thought you liked that one. Yeah. I mean, I don't care. I know no one in my entire life who changes their clothes more often than you do. Okay, good. Yep. Keep those there. Thank you. Dude, what'd you do with your pink trooper?
Oh, I played with it.
Did you? Really?
Yes.
Yeah, did you? Really?
Yes, with, my tools.
Your tools?
Yeah.
Are your tools out?
Yeah.
You gonna put them away?
Yeah, I cleaned them away downstairs because...
Yeah?
It's like small business.
No, that one's not open. You have your own, honey.
No.
Yeah, well, you should use your own. That's why you have it. You have your own, so you don't have to worry about using somebody else's. But filing in here is just a bit difficult. You gonna pop him? Are you popping him? Getting him? Oh, apparent. What's going on with this? Pop, pop. Hope no one sees me. Get freaky. I'm nerdy in the extreme and whiter than sour cream. I was in AV club and glee club and even the chess team. Only question I ever thought was hard was, do I like Kirk or do I like Picard? Spent every weekend at the Renaissance Fair, got my name on the underwear. No? Nope. Holy cow, I'm white and nerdy. Just because I'm white and nerdy. First in my class here at MIT. Top skills, I'm a champion D&D. You love Weird Al. What are you talking about, dude? Yes, Weird Al is for kids. No, Weird Al. His name is not Josh. Oh, I guess she's done there. Sorry, I'm filing my trooper helmet here. Alright. Gonna put the stormtrooper together. Back there. She likes Weird Al. Don't listen to her. She likes Weird Al. Right. Click. It's a very satisfying click. Very nice helmet fit. We're gonna try to do this time. I've done 3 of these troopers today, and each time I've placed them on differently, but I'm going to try to get the legs on in a slightly different capacity. Probably shouldn't. I should stick with what works, but I feel I can get more leverage. Maybe I can't. I can't. Okay. Gonna go back to the way that it worked before. Oh crap. Boy, I'm having... I feel like I'm all fingers today. All thumbs. Okay. Hey, what's up? There we go. Get that in. Now get the legs on. Okay, one leg on. So far, so good. Okay, 2 legs on. The head is easy. The head just slides right on. And yeah, this one came out, this helmet I think came out a little better than the one that I printed for Jedi. Everything else seems to be about the same. And I'll know the difference between Jedi's trooper and mine because I'm generally keeping the helmets unglued. For the ones that I'm doing, but for her, I don't think I'm going to be printing another trooper in pink, but I may be inclined to do although she wasn't really thrilled with a Phasma. Maybe I got to do a Leia for her. Maybe I have to do a pink Leia. Maybe I'll try that one in the iridescent pearl. So I think I want to do, maybe an iridescent pearl Leia would be fun for her. I'm inclined to just stick with one color though, not do two. Sorry, I'm like thinking out loud. I'm thinking this may be an action figure week for me. I don't know why. Just like, oh yeah, I haven't done this yet. Okay, here we go. We've got a bubblegum trooper, and we've got a traffic trooper. I'm making those trooper names up. They're like, dude, come on, dude, that's so cool. That's so cool. Hey, Orion Spectrum. So neat. I think those are cool. Now I need to print that. I guess I need to print a pink Stormtrooper helmet too. I didn't realize I didn't have one. I should probably try that beforehand. But... Ow. Long time no see? Really? How long has it been? A week? A month? 2 months? Not long enough? Ow. Oops. Guess I'm reaching for something that's not there. Do I have all my tools? Whoa. You do not want to stick a pick in your crotch. That is for sure. End up walking away with a new hole. Not something that's what I want to do. Okay, so we've got a couple of raid potentials tonight. Who are we raiding tonight? Zach Rutledge. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna do a poll, people. Raid Zach Rutledge. King Saru was also recommended. King Saru the 13th, who I do not believe we rated before. Who else? Who was the other person? The dog painter guy. All right, the dog painter guy. And do we have anybody else?
There goes my view.
Human Juke 81. Yoko we did before. Oh, right, yeah, Yoko. Okay, she did the mystery keys too. Bricko Fett. He's doing, I think, yeah, he's doing Lego Star Wars games. We just did business. Seemingly. Alright, starting the poll. Y'all have 5 minutes to vote. A Trey is a good one. Where is she? Link me. Link me. Print in black for Dark Trooper, red for Flame Trooper. Yeah, totally. The Shadow Trooper. Yeah, actually, I'm going to be doing gray, so I gotta write this down. Shadow Trooper, exactly. Shadow Trooper would be more black, though. You're right, but I'll do gray because gray. Trooper. Death Star. And then there's one more thing I wanted to do. What was the playing? Aphid Tree. Thank you for following this very minute. You vote for me? iTray. Okay, but where are they? Audio, video out of sync. Oh, dude, like I've been having nothing but issues, and I don't think it's my local machine either. I'll be rebooting everything, but couldn't tell you. I do not know. So wait, who's the iTray? So far, there are not a lot of people who are voting, but King Saru the 13th is getting the votes. Okay, so I've got gray that I'm going soon, so I'm going to be doing a trooper, because I think you're right. That's like a shadow trooper. That'd be pretty cool. The Death Star, or something else. Oh, K2SO. K2SO may be tomorrow's print. What What else did I want to do in gray? I swear I did, but like I want to do a trooper helmet here too, before unloading the pink. So I want to do a trooper helmet tonight. She's in Los Angeles. I-Tray. Let's see here. A-Tray. A-Tray. I-Tray. A-Tray. A-Tray. She is currently midweek chill. 236 people. Host streamers, mostly sci-fi, mostly cyberpunk and Star Trek. Plays a lot of RPG games and guitar. It's possible. Not sure if she's doing much that I would raid for her tonight. But we have a tie between Freak Meister 1 and King Saru the 13th. See, I have to like write things down as like I've got, oh, this is the color it's loaded, this is the thing I want to do, right? This is the thing I'm looking for. So I've got, yeah, that's the thing I want, but that's like, oops, no. Pink helmet. And do supports. Let's do a brim on it too. Because why not? Well, I guess I don't need a brim. We're going to print a Stormtrooper helmet. As we wait for the... Well, it's going to take a lot longer than this... the pull will last, but I just want to kind of get it started here. Did it eject? Eject, eject. Okay. I ejected it anyway, because... Ooh, I've got to get more... Shit. I need to get... more cleaner. I don't think I'm going to have any adhesion issues here. Famous last words. It's a small thing, so... Well, I got the pink. This is what I'm going to load. Alright. Pretty solid. Jesse PLA 0.15. Version of Prusa. Really? We got a tie? It's a statistical tie. Do I like that new series on Disney Plus? The Star Wars history? Is it good? Wait, which one? Orion Spectrum. Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the Bad Batch? The Bad Batch is excellent. Bad Batch is... Yeah, consider her short term, just a suggestion. Oh, well, thank you, Orion. I appreciate the lead. Always, always, always. Someone voted at the end. King won. Oh, King barely won. All right, King Saru. King Saru is going to get the raid. Thank you for dealing with, or helping me. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for the level 5 raid, or sorry, level 5 hype train. Thank you for your patience. If you didn't experience technical difficulties in the stream, all I can do is just rejigger things on my end and hope for the best for tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be back at 6 p.m. Pacific with more Star Wars stuff, naturally. And with you, of course. Very, very appreciative of your time. Appreciative of Thangs.com for sponsoring these streams. This wasn't an officially sponsored by Thangs.com stream, although I did make mention of their AR feature on their website. And then you could go there and on your phone, iOS or Android, and check out any model in Meat Space. I love AR. AR is so cool. Tomorrow I will be back, I believe, doing a K2SO. If I time it right, I will try to print everything else in gray before then. And then I'll kind of cap things off with a K2SO. One thing that I have not done a K2SO yet. So theoretically, I will be doing that, and that will be should be working just fine tomorrow. Theoretically, we're good with the Bubblegum Troopers though. I'm moving on to printing other color troopers. I gotta have a collection. Why not? I do see a lot of oil on there. As long as it sticks, I'm good. Orion Spectrum, hope to see you again tomorrow. Hope to see everybody tomorrow. We're gonna be raiding someone who looks like a brick builder. I love raiding brick builders because I love Lego bricks myself. And so we're going to go ahead and raid King Saru. Thank you for the recommendation. Other people who are currently streaming include Human Juke 81, Zach Rutledge, Julie22, Kobalax, also Yoko is streaming as well. So give them all a good follow or two. I love you. I appreciate you, but at this point I'm going to leave you to your own devices, and may the Force be with you always. Hope you had a good evening. Get your emotes ready. Perillo Raider, if you're a sub, get those copied to the clipboard, and then get ready to spam the chat with the Tusken Raider emotes. Get ready. Are you ready? Y'all ready for this? Probably gonna get copyright striked. Oh well. Looks like everybody's ready to raid, although the weird thing is like there must be a radical disconnect in numbers because, well, either way. Hope to see you tomorrow night. We're gonna Tusken raid King Saru the 13th in 3, 2, 1. Wait, did it not? How is it? Oh, do I have to hit refresh? What did I have? Hang on, did it go? Did I raid? I raided. Okay. Weird. Woo!
Wait, what? Chris Perillo is raiding the party at 78.
There we go.
Welcome, Raiders. I'm King Saru. I'm King Saru the 13th.
The Tusken raid.
Hi. I streamed Lego building. I built Lego. Wow, that's a lot of Sand Raider.
Tusken Raiders.
Hi, let's see, yeah, shout out, thank you for shouting out Chris Perillo for me so much. Guys, if you don't know Chris Perillo, we shouted him out earlier when he followed, and thank you. Let me take a second for you. Thank you for the raid.
Woo!
Yeah,
Woo!
13 or 13, I flip-flopped between the two. But I built Lego, and today I've been building,
Ooh, nice.
Marvel.
Nice!